All right. So I think we were having some technical difficulties. Let me just make sure I got some stuff here. Right, this corrected. Let's go in here and do this right fast. Bear with me, y'all. We had an issue here. Just trying to make sure that this is going. Bear with me. All right, so we're getting that going. We're getting this going. Oh, what happened? All right, so that's working. Just got a couple of things that we're having issues with right fast. So y'all bear with me. Uh, I guess I've been gone for a minute, and the 2 weeks that we've been out, um, apparently hadn't been going through correctly. Hang on a second. Let's put that in right there. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm seeing we're good. Let me turn this down. All right, so anyway, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. What's up? Again, this your boy, uh, Paul Miranda with the Real Talk Nation. And I'm just trying to get some things tweaked out right here. Apparently, I done forgot a couple of things, man, on what I need to do regarding my my setup. Imagine that. I've been gone 2 weeks and already not knowing exactly what I need to be doing. Now, let me just get one thing out the way right quick. I need to send my guest. I need to send him. Let's pull it up right there. Send that right there. Let's send my guest his key to get in. And then we will be rocking and rolling in just a second. All right, so 2 weeks I've been gone, y'all. Y'all miss me? Yeah. Um, I'm back, and man, a lot of things can happen in 2 weeks, and there's a lot of things that I can think about. That just blows my mind at some of the things that we see, out in the especially in this basketball world. There's been some hilarious stuff going on, y'all. A couple of things, like I was saying, topics tonight are going to be, we're going to talk a little bit about the media guys, parents, why they, so enthralled with everything that you say, and they're just so gooey and meshy, and they just love you, and they never want to tell you anything wrong with your kid, and I'm elaborate on that. I'm also going to elaborate on these kids that are trying to decide to go play elsewhere, out of state, and so forth. We're going to get into a little bit on that. Let me just get this. Man, it's almost like I seem to have forgotten how to send an email out. My goodness, Paul. All right, Michael Thomas. Boom. Link to the show. All right, so we're going to do that here. And boom. And let's go send that out to him. All right, so that's done. Whew. Man, I guess sometimes I just don't. Let me make sure I got the chat room open, right? Hold on a second. Got the chat room open. All right. So here it is. Tonight's Wednesday night. My night. I've been anxiously awaiting to get back in front of you guys and kind of talk about some of the things that I've been seeing, what I've been hearing. The tournaments that I've seen. A lot of kids. I know parents, y'all are waiting on a lot of the write-ups to come out and so forth. I kind of took a pause on that for a minute because actually right now I am trying to do a lot more than my time allows me, apparently, right? I do have a 9 to 5 job, by the way. I don't get to just do this full time. I'm, and I like the chop shop. Now, I've got a job, believe it or not, and I don't get to sit home and do this. I wish I could, because I'd be on 12 to 2 or 10 to 12 or whatever, 4 to 6 or something a little bit earlier. But I have a job, and I do have to take care of a family. But I am going to be retiring soon, so you know what that means. Because, by the way, that is what all the buildup is for, y'all. Anyway, I had to pivot tonight's show. I was going to have some guests on representing, one of the DFW AAU programs and prep schools. And and I kind of came to them late. I am not going to even put it all on them. So they had to juggle their schedule around, and needless to say, we weren't able to make that happen. So we'll have to visit them another day. But tonight's show, y'all, my guy Mike Thomas is a dad, is a coach for MJ Thomas, which is a 6'7" forward that plays for ASAC Elite. He's playing on the 17s, even though he's in the 2023 class. That's one of the other things that I wanted to pull up today to see, some of the rankings. The GASO rankings came out, and I do believe let's pull this out. The top 150 came out as well. I'm trying to look on that right now. Where was that? Somebody had sent that to me earlier today. I want to give a shout out, by the way, to my guy, Marco Jagoros. My boy, his kid is looking pretty good. Charlie G is what I like to call him. Y'all can check out my Twitter. There's a highlight on there that I've retweeted and so forth. He's out of Bernie, Texas. I'm in the small little cities, towns, and so forth, and little suburbs or whatever. Even there, so play close attention to that, if you will. Let's just put that in right there. Let me just see what's going on with my guy right quick. Hang on a second. Let's pull that up right there. And that's not the guy I wanted, but here it is. What job? Shout out to man, I'm a little disappointed in this ranking right here. Rivals new top 100 came out, and I won't say that I'm disappointed, but I am disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. Tyler Smith out of Bush High School, Richmond, is ranked all of a sudden ahead of Ronald Holland. Tyler Smith is at 18 nationally, and now Ronald Holland, who has been the number one player for that class, got him at number 22. He's the second player, and then KJ Lewis. They got him listed as El Paso Chapin High School, but we all know that he's in the DFW now. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but a lot of Houston people are going to be PO'd over that. But anyway, Cameron Barnes, is kind of in the mix now, man. At number 45, I think he will rise. But here's where I am super disappointed in right now in rivals. Number 46, Jacoby Walter. Oh, I was disappointed in that. Let me see what's going on. You got Malik Presley now at 49. Finley Bizjack. Here's an interesting one. Finley Bizjack, number 78. He's ahead of Chris Johnson of Fort Bend Elkins. And then he's also ahead of a guy out of Frisco Memorial by the name of Drew Steffi. I know that's going to not go sit too well with my man Matt Steffi right there to hear that ranking. I had nothing to do with that. I want to make sure that let's make sure that's known right now. And Finley Bizjack, come on, man, you taking pictures. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Man, parents, this is another thing. Y'all need to make sure you tell your kids to watch who you take pictures with these days. Everything is perception right now. You know, perception is reality. And a lot of these predators, you know, prey on your kids to, you know, to take pictures with and make it seem like something is going on. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And you know what, I'm gonna go there. You know, I like the fact that SMU offered, or I won't say offered, but whatever, they had Finley in for a visit, an unofficial visit, and so forth. Uh, you know, that kind of gives the impression that they're recruiting him. I don't know if they made an offer yet. I didn't bother to check on that as of yet, and I hadn't really seen any tweets from Finley on that. But the guy Todd Shelton, he's coaching one of the prep schools now. You know, Todd, seriously, brother, that's a bad look for Finley Prep. I mean, excuse me, for Finley Bizjack. I know you known him for a long time, to be taking a picture with you, because the first thing out of somebody's mouth is that know Finley or know you is that, Todd Shelton is recruiting Finley Bizjack to go to, I don't even know the name of this school, some prep school, RWC or something. I don't, you know, it's a local DFW prep school that I don't get in really all these prep schools, being honest with you. I know a few of them. You know, I'm trying to acquaint myself with them, but a lot of these, that one there, I don't even know. And, you know, Todd Shelton got the job. So hopefully, Todd, you can stay there a little longer. Ooh, did I say? I didn't want me to take a shot at you there, but at least stay there for 2 years, bro. For, you know, really show me you know how to, you know, take some punches and roll with them. You know what I'm saying? All this, you know, job hopping. I ain't, you know, that's like I said. I'm not the guy that like the AAU guy that switches teams all the time. Stability, brother. I like stable situations, man. So, and again, I'm just Paul. You don't have to do it for me. But Wesley Yates, it was at number 91 out of Beaumont United. And, man, I'd like to see, honestly speaking to you, man, I want to see some of these guys that are really, really ahead of all these kids, for these kids to be ranked that far. You know, no one in the top 10, you know, for the 2023 class is, I wonder if the rankers, if the national guys are a little upset with how we have been touting the state of Texas right now. And it's not that we're touting them for any wrong reason. I mean, we did send it because, you know, we got the guys. And so let's just make sure we get that out the way right quick. Let me make sure this thing went through, because I haven't seen my guy come on the show as of yet. All right, so we're good there. I did send it. Let me just see what he says right here. All right, so I got that right there. I just want to make sure we were good on something with the email with him. Let me shoot him a text right fast. Golly, this you know, this whole business. Oh wow. The whole business of getting these guys to come onto the show sometimes gets a bit problematic a little bit, right? You know, waiting on you, brother. All right, so I don't want to definitely go off into all you know, all the topics and so forth. I want to try to bring him on and sit in and have this, like, almost like this barber chair, barbershop kind of conversation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And bounce some ideas off a parent. That's, you know, pretty good as far as highly ranked and so forth. And you know what? That's the other thing I need to look at. I need to see where my guy is ranked at on there, because let me just say something in this chat room right quick. Just say that right there. All right, so let me just put that in right there. So we're good there. I just want to make sure I got everything set. Okay, so everything is going good now. All right, show is running live. Everything's straight. Did I hear myself on there? I want to make sure I heard myself. Waiting on Mike Thomas, y'all, to check in. All right. All right, so put that right there. Waiting on you to sign in. He's having issues getting that going and so forth. But anyway, getting back to the ranking here, and I want to see if I can pull that up right quick. We said rivals rankings. There it is, right there at the top. Oh yeah. All right, so we're just waiting on mine, and then let me click on that. I've got all these different screens that I'm trying to, honestly, y'all, trying to learn to operate. I think a lot of these rankings kind of changed a lot. I see a lot of familiar names that was at the Pangos camp this last week, I think it was, and man, I heard that was a hell of a sight. Man, you got Mikey Williams at 14, and then okay, hang on a second. It says assessing camera. Okay, and that's on your computer. All right, let me send this to him again. He's having issues with the camera on his. It looks like on his computer. Let me just do this one more time. That's cool. All right. Just trying to make sure that he's in good. Okay. So looking at I'm looking at this this ranking as I was looking at a while ago, right? It says that what did I do with that? It says right here, Mikey Williams is number 14. He dropped from the number 9 spot down to 14. All right, there he is. And but that dude is not better than Tyler Smith, nor Ronald Holland, nor KJ Lewis. But he's got a bunch of followers. I'll give him that. He's a popular dude, so can't shortchange him there. Okay, hang on. All right, now something's going on with my guy's phone. Your screen, what's going on, bro? Okay, let's do this. Take that one down. There he is. All right, so, all right, introducing my dude, Mike Thomas of Calvert, Texas, y'all. We one of these broke entrepreneur shows. I want to make sure you know, I don't have I don't know how to work the button where it says clap and all that, give you an applause. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you real good.
All right. So I need you to turn your volume up because let me make sure that's not on me. Hang on. Volume's good. All right. So, Mike, I was just talking about the national rankings, top 100 for rivals. How disappointed I am in seeing only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys from Texas in this. And I'm wondering if these guys are hating on Texas right now because of how well the 22 class just absolutely dominates the national scene right now. What's your thoughts on that? Any? You got to be careful now. Hold on. Let me stop before you say something. You got to be careful because you got a kid that's in that class right now, and we don't want you to sound bitter either.
No, I'm not. Well, he's in 23. You know, mine's in the 23 class.
Yeah, 2023.
Oh, they said 22.
No, yeah. I said the 2023 class only has 10 people ranked in the top 10, top 100. Excuse me, top 100.
Yeah,
from the state of Texas.
I mean, I think a lot of those rankings, especially with the 23s, are the kids that got their name out there early, like 8th grade, 7th grade, and just kind of went from there. And then, you know, I think those kids, you know, that COVID year, you know, a lot of people didn't get to really evaluate kids, but I think this is the year where the cream will rise to the top. And that's what I tell my son and any other kid and any other parent that's listening, cream rise to the top. So they can only keep those rankings for so long till the real cream comes to the top.
Okay. I just realized that was my sound that wasn't loud. I didn't have my speaker volume up. Derek Perkins, what's up, brother? How you doing? That's my dude right there, DP. He's saying hi right now. I don't know if you know Derek Perkins with Urban DFW.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, we're talking about the top 100 for the Rivals 100. And I can't help but voice my displeasure with the rankings, and then you got a Houston dude on top of a DFW guy. The DFW guy been the dude for you know a long time right now. But all right, I guess they gotta let it swing. The pendulum has a swing every now and then towards Houston and so forth. All right, so MJ Thomas, 23. Kid, 6'7". He's your boy out of Calvert, Texas, Calvert High School. Talk to me about what he is, because I'm gonna end up having to pull up the GASO rankings, and I know what was the last time you checked? I know he was ranked. Do you remember what he was ranked?
Yeah, he's ranked number 20.
Number 20, and definitely think he should be higher. I'm looking at a couple of dudes on this top 100 right now that's from Texas that I thought should have been, I definitely think that MJ is a lot higher than some of these dudes right here. I like the Chris Johnson dude, but I also like MJ. So I'm not gonna say no more on that because people gonna think I'm. But going back to this right here. Well, I'll get back to that later. Let's talk about you right now. When you see rankings like this as a dad, I got to ask you off the top. I know you're a coach too. But as a dad, how do you really feel about, feeling your son getting slighted when he's a top 10, he's a top ranked kid in Texas and you don't even make the top 100?
Well, I think a lot of it's political. And I mean, I think a lot of certain teams get certain bumps and parents with a lot of money, they get certain bumps. But when he matches up, he uses that as motivation. That's one of the things as a parent and as a coach, when I'm coaching, teams that's been ranked above us or a bigger school, we go in there and say the rankings don't matter. You're going to have to play us. I think I'm from that Jordan era when he said when Utah, when Karl Malone got the MVP, he said, you got to come through Chicago. So I mean, even when he was in 8th grade, he played a team when you first saw him. And the team, he was with an independent with elite sharpshooters. And they played to smoke. And he had 25 and 15 against 2 kids, Nigerian kids, that one was on the USA team, and they didn't score a bucket on him. So, I mean, so when he played, you see it. So, I mean, I think with any kid, any parent, you just teach your kid that cream rises to the top. If you're good, be realistic with your kid. If they're not good, then, be realistic. But I think like you said, let the critics sort out what they made, but let your game speak for itself.
And you just hit a real good silver lining, if you will. Let the critics speak what they may. Is that something you and MJ talk about, your critics? Do you have any? I mean, has there been any, kind of educational process that you use or bulletin board material, if you will? Do you do any of that with your kid?
Well, MJ has a board. He's had a board since he was 7th grade. 7th grade, he was he's pretty unorthodox, and really couldn't get anything done. So we made a board, and I say, set your goals. What do you want? And
Okay.
it started clicking his 8th grade year, and he was like, I want to win the middle school championship. And I said, okay,
Okay.
this is what you need to do. And he just kind of started small. And then when he won it, he said, Dad, I want to go to the CP3 camp. I said,
Okay.
okay, we work this out, do this. So he's always had a check sheet of goals that he
Okay.
wanted to
Okay.
accomplish.
Okay.
And we went to CP3 camp. I said, okay, do you just want to go, or do you want to go and do something successful and make a name for yourself? And he
Okay.
brought a goal and said, I want to make the All-Star team. Not
Okay.
knowing anybody, went out there, he made the All-Star team.
No
And so,
politics involved right here, dog. Right?
so,
We
so
just went and did it. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
didn't know nobody, didn't have no shoe deal and that, no
Yeah.
shoe
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
just went out there and played, and then came back. When he came back, I said, okay, he kept working with like college kids at 24-hour fitness and played with the Tar Heels. And they were,
Right.
after looking, evaluating some of the programs, I was like, okay, he's 14. Let's play up. So he played up with 17U with the Tar Heels. And just so happened Mike Bowden saw him at Oklahoma State
Okay.
and offered him. And so kind of went where it may. And he just kind of, from that point on, just continued, set goals and continue to work.
So MJ has a Mike Boynton, Oklahoma State offer.
Oh,
Wow.
yes, sir.
Wow. What was that like when you guys talked with him and so forth and got that from? I mean, talk to me as a dad, man. I ain't never had my kid go that high. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. I didn't know what that felt like.
I tell you what, it was kind of going like you said, what you tell your kids when you see rankings and all that, and it was kind of going in there. He was saying it, but he wasn't. And I was like, and I always would say, hey, cream rise to the top. This has been trust the process.
Okay.
And so kids were posting their offers here and there in this class. And,
right.
And all of a sudden, you hear from Mike Bowden, the head coach from Oklahoma State. And I'm just like, he's like, let me talk to MJ. And then MJ gets the phone, and he's grinning from ear to ear, and I'm like, man, what's going on?
So the moment you passed that phone to him, your chest didn't kind of, your hands didn't get big like me, because that's how I would have been. I'd be like, oh, it's about to go. Oh Lord, it's about to go down. You wasn't in that kind of mode.
Man, after the fact, I was kind of like, I went and bought some Oklahoma State shirts and put it on him, and took some pictures and posted it on Twitter. I still got a picture on my Twitter.
No doubt.
And so he texted him. Mike Tyson texted MJ the other night on the 15th. So he was excited about that. He was green from here. I said, man, hey, I said that offer goes a little good since he got that 7-year extension.
Yes, sir. Woo! Thank you, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, the little small steps, man, they just, this world is so small, we don't even realize how every little step is calculated for somebody else. You just never know how big or small a move can be. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, that's the universe just really working, or that's God working, if you will. I say the universe for the people that don't really believe in God, whatever. Unfortunately for them, I believe in God and so forth. I want to get that clear. I don't want people thinking that I don't. Anyway, you get this offer from Oklahoma State, but we're not ranked in the top 100 for rivals.
Yeah.
Now, what's the conversation like? Have you had that yet, or did I just break the news to you that came out today?
No. We knew they kind of had a inkling of it, but again, he knows, MJ knows what he needs to do. He knows he needs to work on. I know as a former college coach, and I know that the real eyes that can see basketball knows where it is. And there's a lot of people that haven't been in that top 100 that's went on to do greater things.
No doubt.
And so right now, MJ is valedictorian of his class. He's taking college classes. He interns with a chiropractic. So it's a way bigger picture. We look at when we see LeBron James, we see the movies. I tell him about the bigger picture. How Kevin Durant's going to be a billionaire because he's doing more than basketball. Right. Continue to not discourage you from your goal, but continue to do your goals. It's something bigger here.
Right, right.
So let's continue to work on that. So, like, if you look at MJ's sophomore highlight tape, and this was nothing of me. They interviewed him. He got MVP after a game, and he said it, on his, and it's on YouTube. And he says, "We don't care about the rankings. We don't care about none of that. We just let our game show."
Right,
And
right, right.
I think if you saw him, he plays with ASAC, and they played Houston Hoops 17U, and the
They
kids
almost won that game.
yeah,
Almost won
won
that
it.
game.
They were up by 10. And he was,
Mhm.
the young 16-year-old on that playing against that 17U.
Yes.
And he blocked the kid's shot 3 times. He got the offer, got 2 big dunks in the paint, ran the point a little bit, had
Yes,
5
yes.
assists.
Yes.
And so, I mean, so the people that saw that game and the people that's actually seen them, the politics is going to be there. And anything you do, any job, any career field you choose, it's going to be there. And so it lets him learn adversity early and lets him know, hey, nothing's going to be given to you. If you want that top ranking, go take it. Match up with those guys, hopefully this summer, and go take it. If you want it, make them respect it. And if it don't, oh well, it ain't the end of the world. But if the rankings they don't really matter to him. I mean, Mike texted him. I think Mike knows. We went to La Tech. La Tech knows. A couple of others know. Got 6 schools is calling right now, so they know what he has and what they like about. So
you went to Louisiana Tech. You went to the Louisiana Tech camp this Sunday?
Yeah, went to Louisiana Tech. Coach really liked them. They got the invite, but I have 5 kids on the team. So when we get any type of invites, I try to bring my whole team down there, and so they can experience it as well. And and I called Coach Bowden and told him, hey, we're just gonna go down. Otherwise, I would have went to that father-son camp at Oklahoma State. Just so you can be on that campus and build that relationship.
Okay.
But,
No, good school, man. My guy Eric Conkle, I had just spoke with him Monday night, and we kind of no, I'm lying. Yesterday, Tuesday night, I talked with him last night and did a little checklist of kids, and I guess he didn't realize that you and I are connected. No one really knows that, do they?
Go way back.
Yeah. Nobody really knows that. Yeah, imagine that. Okay. Dang, I'm feeling like that song, John B. And no, never mind. We're not gonna go there because you're a dude and I'm a dude, and we don't want people talking about hated it and all that, whatever. All right, so no one knows the relationship that you and I have. I mean, it is extensive. It's been years. I do believe Jules was in the 6th grade, going to the 7th grade, and he's now going into his 6th year of college. So how fast time flies. But going back to Conco, and we'll come back to our relationship in a second. But yeah, when he finds out that you're connected, Lucy, I think we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
So I was just, he got the naming off some of the guys that he liked, and I was like, dude, that's my dude right there. That's my dude right there. And we were just talking about DFW guys, and I'm gonna have to end up calling him and talking with him, or he's probably, might be looking at this show later, and he's gonna call me tomorrow and like, wait a minute, MJ's connected with you too?
Oh yeah, them all.
Yeah. So I had really my guy Dallas Hobbs in there, from Faith Family, who also plays with Lone Star Elite. And so I started to go down there with them, but he told me too late. So, I didn't get to make that trip. So nonetheless, man, I heard it was a great camp. It was some hitters in there, man, in that camp. What did you think of the competition in there? Who stood out to you a little bit? Because I know you one of them guys that sit there and watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I told MJ, you need to start building a relationship, be like a Juwan Howard for a Fab Five when you go to college. Because, there's a kid from Atlanta that was, he was
Atlanta.
Bill, I forgot his name, but somewhat of Bill, but he stood out. He stood out. Yeah, but we went to the Saturday camp. I know it was a couple of kids from Urban and Showtime there. And a couple of the rest of them came on Sunday.
Dallas went on Sunday. So yeah.
So we went up there on Saturday, and it was a nice event. It was some kids. There was some primetime level talent that was there.
Okay.
But And but it was for the most part, it was a couple of kids that really stood out. And I mean, they doing a great job up there at La Tech. I mean, it was ran very well. I mean, it
Yeah.
was, and our kids, the 5 kids I took up there, they were just enthused. It got the coaches' Twitters, and that was the first time a lot of those kids, because we're a small school, got to experience that. And so
Yeah.
it was really, really well ran.
Awesome. Everybody that I talked with that's been there really enjoyed themselves there. I have a good relationship with La Tech. Eric, Coach Conoco, I do believe, was one of the assistants for Coach White, and who's at Florida. And my guy that was there originally was Dusty May, and who's big shout out to him. He's one of the top assistants for Coach White at Florida right now. And he's been my dude ever since Jules was a freshman, I do believe, in high school. And we've had a great relationship. And then they moved on to Florida. But he said, hey, look, we still want you to keep that same relationship with us as well as La Tech, because one of our guys is there, and Coach Conkle. And then every top assistant, Conkle will end up having them call me and so forth, and we'll talk. So you just reminded me, I got to call Coach Desmond back today. He just called and introduced me. So, because my dude that was there that just left was Talvin Hester, who ended up leaving to go to Colorado State. And then he did 1 week at Colorado State, and now he's at Texas Tech. So, definitely, big shout outs, big props to Coach Talvin Hester for that. Me and him have been dealing with each other since he was at Houston. Let me put my tongue in my cheek on that one, when they, did him wrong over there. But anyway, so we La Tech is a great school. I love it, man. The crazy part, all the years that I've been dealing with La Tech, I've never been to La Tech. And I just realized that it was only 3.5 hours from Dallas, from where I live in Duncanville. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's just like driving to Houston. I can do that. And so I really was a little ticked off. Whoa. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. So I was really a little ticked off at myself that I didn't go down there, especially now that I know you guys were down there, really had a lot of Dallas flavor, like I said, he had went down the list with some of the guys with me, and we talked about, who I thought, was ready to play for La Tech and so forth, whatever, so we kind of got that relationship. But you thought it was nice, man. Did you said the kid from Atlanta, really stepped up, caught your eye?
And the kid that I think used to be with Pro Skills, Johnson, I think he goes to Frisco, where it was Steffi. He's like 6'9". Josh.
Josh Thrower. Josh Thrower.
I think he's with 3D Empire. His parents were telling me he was with 3D now.
Yeah. He switched.
So he did pretty good. I mean, there's some things he can work on, but I think, his parents were saying, like, he's going to be the kid that probably comes in a couple of years and do something. But he showed signs that I was like, okay, he can be okay for that program. But there was some other kids, but that Atlanta kid, oh my God, I wish I knew his name. That kid was a heck of a player. He's really stood. Athleticism, nice little level 2 jumper, nice little handles, but more of an open court type of score that was exciting. So but that kid stood out to me. Of course, the kid plays alongside Ontario. He was there.
Chauncey Gibson.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Chauncey got a strap on him, baby.
Yes.
Ooh, and ain't scared to let it go.
Yes. He took care of business. He let you know that he was the man, and then he got everybody else involved after.
That's good. That's what I like hearing right there. Chauncey, I've been knowing Chauncey since he was like, 5-6 years old. Chauncey used to have a little braid, that one braid, and being real, we used to think he was a girl.
Wow.
he had long hair. He had long eyelashes and everything. For real, we used to joke about him. We used to joke with him about that. But we just thought he was a tomboy at one point, and then But yeah, he ended up always had that strap though, man. Perk, you know what I'm talking about on that Perk. Perk saying it right here. Chauncey's my guy. Yep. His brother was D Wood. Can't remember. Okay. D Wood. He went to Southern University in Louisiana, and had a pretty good career up there with them. So his mother's real cool, Chandra. Yeah, she's a sweetheart as well. Great family. I used to coach his dad. When he was like little. I've never told that to Chandra or any of the kids yet. Crazy stuff right there, man. But yeah, I used to coach his dad back in my early years, man. They were in an area that bunch of bad influential people in the neighborhood, kind of area, and it kind of really took me out of my original drive to stay in coaching and so forth. And a couple of kids got into doing some things that were kind of bad and went against everything that I stood for. So I stopped coaching, man. And then, started, my girls were born and so forth. So we started, working with them, training them, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's how I ended up kind of my first initial step in coaching. And then, of course, when Jules was born and decided to play basketball, I ended up coaching from there. So that's my story. What's your story? What got you into coaching originally?
Man, I was in the Air Force. I always loved it. Played ball overseas for a little bit, and then started coaching college ball at Arkansas Monticello. And my dad was a coach. So that's all I really knew. Played, broke my leg, and joined the Air Force. Played overseas for a little bit in Milton, Oregon. Sort of Milton, Oregon. Overseas a little bit. So just did that. So I came back, started my family, started coaching for my dad's high school team in the DFW.
Okay.
So yeah, coach Louisville. So just coached them, and then ended up just getting the bite. And as the kids grew up a little older, I was like, shoot, let me stay in the profession. Kept having success. We won that first Gasso as a high school team.
Okay.
So I took over the high school team, and one that had Austin Brown and Brian Bowie, Ray Dorsey, a couple of those names, and Will Weathers had some real good talent over there. And Brandon Jefferson ended up becoming NCAA Player of the Year 2 years later. So winning the Gasso as a high school team, and they were all AAU powerhouse. And just kind of built like Silver Gasso, just kind of went from there. And they just started coaching. Just dad retired, just kind of fell into it. Just went.
Okay. So your kid ain't the reason why you're coaching, like my story is.
No. So
awesome.
Started developing other kids first. Still had to train and just really was helping my dad.
You going in and out. Your microphone going in and out on me.
Can you hear me now? A little better.
I hear you. You have some headphones? You don't have any headphones?
I do, man. Shoot.
Okay. Cool. All right. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to make
sure. I'm in a little Podunk country town. We only got 1,000 people.
I know. So speaking of which, where the hell is Calvert at? And what in big town? You talk to me, man, because I ain't the only one that's probably thinking about this right now. What up, Rod Brown?
It's 30 miles north of College, Texas A&M, and 35 miles south of Waco or Baylor. So we're right in the middle of Baylor and A&M, and about an hour and a half east of University of Texas.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere. Last time I asked you that, you told me somewhere by Baylor, and I didn't pass through 35 and all that. I ain't seen no sign that said anything about Calvert. And the last couple times that I went down there, I was really looking too. Man, where in the hell is it? I know I ought to see a sign for Calvert. Nothing.
You come to Texas A&M, you'll see it. You got to come.
So I got to go to Texas A&M to be able to. Now, okay, are you close to A&M or are you close to Baylor?
I'm both. I'm in between. I'm 30 miles from Baylor.
You sure did.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 miles from Baylor, 45 from A&M. So like
Oh
right in
Lord,
between.
you over there in them backwoods and everything.
Man,
All them
yeah,
trees out there look like hanging trees and stuff.
yeah.
You know,
Don't
I
blink. Don't
don't
blink.
believe.
Don't blink.
Yeah, all right, I get you. I get you. All right, so we know where Calvert is and so
Yeah.
forth, and give us a little insight on the high school. Yeah, the classification. Uh,
Yes. So
uh,
we're 1A school, 1A high
mhm.
school. But you know the
Okay,
schedule. If you look at our schedule, we always play 4As and 3As, and we don't play 1As until the season starts. Just kind of keep it going. But it's a basketball rich family. My dad actually started his basketball coaching job here, and
okay,
took the team to state for the first year. I played for my father here. They did a nice little story on my dad, myself, and MJ about the generations playing here at this school.
okay,
So
okay,
we've been since I've been here, we've been top five. MJ was state player of the year this year in 1A, and made all brass foul, all that good stuff. But Cal was
okay.
just known for athlete, speed, quickness, and just always had it. But just a real small town. We just passed the bond. We've had a school since 1865, and we just passed the bond. I mean, 1935, and we just passed the bond to get a new school. So
Really?
good
So you
things on
guys
the
been
rise
in the same school
since
all this time,
19.
all these years?
Same gym. Like if you ever watch Indiana Hoosiers,
Right,
the
right, right.
Hoosiers movie, that's how our gym looks.
Yes.
Just,
Yeah, yeah.
just identical. So
I
we don't
wanna
have anything to do.
I wanna post this right quick. Someone here, Roger Brown says his son is nice. Got a chance to coach against him in Austin at the Alamo City Hoops tournament.
Thank you.
Roger Brown is Pro Skills, I do believe, ATX, Pro
Oh, yeah.
Skills, and great dude. That's my guy too, man. Rod, I'm definitely going to have to holler at you, by the way, because I definitely want to try to get him on with talk a little bit about his program, because this is what I want to do, man. I don't want to just talk about the big school, Pro Skills. Austin Black is who he coached at. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Appreciate it, Rob.
Let me post that right quick right here in front of everybody right there. So Austin back. So I want to be able to have all kind of programs and come talk about their program, talk about some of their kids, talk about their mission, how they got started. I mean, I think this is good, informative information that just solid information that people need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got so many programs, and we don't know who stands for what anymore. Golly, you got this team, that team. There's so many teams these days. I don't even know, half of them and so forth. But getting back to what I was saying, definitely want to be able to involve. I definitely was trying to as you saw, I was mixed in with ASAC and really trying to help promote, Austin and so forth. But apparently we got a couple other issues that we just didn't,
No, I
get
got
on
it.
solid ground on with, but I still had that same mission. And if it isn't with ASAC, it's going to be with somebody. Trust me when
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm gonna try to help Austin. That's our state's capital. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Is everybody not going to Austin? You know what I'm saying? That's the perfect meeting, spot, for the South and the North. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That should be where we should be having a lot of these major events at and so forth. But, again, I'm not a rich man. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're right. But I mean, I appreciate the platform that you're doing, because I mean that's good. You help the low man on the totem pole get out there, and I mean, like I just said about La Tech, Carl Malone, if you know his high school town,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it was the same size as this. He came out from a small little 1A town, went to La Tech, broke a couple of backboards, and
yeah. Now
next
his
second,
half brother. I don't know if you remember his half brother, Randy White, went to
yeah,
Louisiana Tech and was drafted by the Mavericks back
yep.
in the day. First round pick, man. I remember that. And Little Ruston, Louisiana. I don't know why I always thought that was over there down by Monroe, Grambling, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking it was at. It's nowhere near that. And I was like, whoa, okay, hang on, I can get down there. But anyway, Great stuff there, man. Louisiana Tech. Shout out to Coach Conkle and my new dude, Desmond. I forgot his last name. Man.
Yeah,
I forgot Desmond.
Yeah, you can't forget Dez. Dez was the guy that hit the 4-point play for SFA.
Really?
He was the one that beat Shaka Smart. His shot was the one that propelled it.
Yeah,
they were down, and he hit that three, got fouled, and made a 4-point play.
Wow. Okay.
So,
okay.
That's
big shout out to Dez, because my dude Wade Mason used to be at SFA, and he's now at University of Georgia. Shout out to my dude Wade Mason. Yeah,
he's in Georgia.
He's in Georgia right now, man. So look out, look out, look out.
Yeah.
The state of Texas might be having some guys going to play in the state of Georgia. So because I'm telling you, man, Wade Mason is an awesome recruiter, man. So I don't know if you know him personally, but great dude, man. You got to really, look forward to seeing him if you haven't already seen him before, and chop it up with him. Great conversationist, a survivor cancer. So he survived cancer, a cancer survivor, if you will, and great dude, man. And I had the pleasure of speaking with him. Not every day, not every week, but almost every other week, or every 3 weeks. Me and him would talk while he was going through the treatments and so forth, man. Just the positivity that he brought while going through that is just another story that I have to, one day I can bring him on the show, man, and kind of talk about all that. And matter of fact, we're trying to work on that now, as far as bringing him on, and so we can chop that up as well. Got one of the hot topics that I do want to discuss with a couple of the college coaches is about, and it kind of coincides with what we're going to be talking about tonight. The loyalty to AAU teams, loyalty to the high school teams. Do the college coaches really care about that? You know what I'm saying? I always say, to a certain degree they do. And the majority of the ones that do are the ones that are not getting fired or not job hopping. You know what I'm saying? You follow what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, but you can't never really pin a coach down to, really say, hey, man, on record, I'm one of these ones, they don't care, or I do care, and tell me why, and so forth. So that's another show that's coming. So we'll have a couple of coaches that are going to come on and talk about that. But give me your thoughts about, stability, putting your kid in a stable environment. What does that mean to you and your family and your kid? Open up, man. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
Man, that's a great question, man. I think stability is amazing. I think you have to be stable. You got to show some type of stability. Now, AAU programs is different in my perspective. I think we all fall into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses, seeing what the ranking, seeing who this, seeing what team do this. But like, it goes back to what I say: the cream rise to the top. If you're good, they're gonna find you. If you're good, they're gonna find you. And you got to be realistic as a parent and know, like, hey, my kid left hand is bad, or my kid jumper. So if you jumping from team to team based on your son can be the top guy on that team, then that's the wrong reason.
Okay.
But I think if you're, and I think a lot of these coaches, they got a lot of power, but I got a little power too. So
okay.
So when it comes to mines, I talk to the college coaches that's interested in them and let them know the situation.
Okay.
And so there were some situations that wasn't good for him.
Right.
And that it could be for various reasons, but it wasn't because we're moving because the team he wasn't the top guy on the team.
No doubt.
I mean,
you just want the right fit.
You want the right fit. So like coming in early, everybody tells you, there's any parent that might be new, 6th, 7th grade, and you got a kid that's nice right now, evaluate it, because I guarantee you they're going to tell you everything you want to hear. And like I tell my son, there's going to be another MJ in 2 years when you graduate. That same team, that same circuit is going to be looking for. They don't care about you. It is just another number for them. And so knowing that, you got to do what's best for you. Like their team is their business. but my son and my child is my business.
Right,
You
right.
know, at the end of the day, you can say what you want. You can say he's going there, but at the end of the day, you got to make the best choice for your child, because you know we only
Mm-hmm.
get one shot at this as a parent, to make sure they're in the right situation, that they can be happy, they can be groomed. And me, my biggest thing is development. You know,
Okay.
right now he's 6'7", so of course he can get every rebound. Of course he can block shots,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
game has changed. I want him to be able to develop and do something different on
Right,
the
right.
court. Where I just, and then with ASAC, he does something different. I mean, he wasn't scoring on level 2 as much, but
Okay.
with them, I mean, he's handling the ball and getting on level 2 more than I've seen him do with any other team. And then, I mean, he's always been able to shoot threes, you know, catch and shoot, but now he's
Mm-hmm.
doing it more off the dribble. So you just the development piece. But to back to your question is, you know, what do I think about it? High school, I don't really. I'm kind of against the high school a little bit. You know, jumping to go to super teams. I would like to see, you know, shoot, get the kids that you got at in your area and go. Let's see who can really coach. Because it ain't about X's and O's, about Sam and Joe's.
Right,
So you
right.
know, and more teams get more Sam and Joe's than a lot of other teams. So it's
Okay.
not even like you got super teams you're never going to be able to compete in high school with. But the
Right, right.
AAU is a little different ball game. You got them
Yes.
for a couple of months, and you tell them what you need to tell them, and that's it.
Okay.
And so my thing on the AAU thing is, you know, of course, people are going to get mad when you leave. People
No
are going to get
doubt.
mad when you break up. But mine's on the end of the day is development. And,
Right,
you know,
right.
and if you lie to me, you know, because I consider myself a stand-up guy, and I want to be transparent and upfront with you. So if you lie to me, that one lie is all it takes.
No doubt. No doubt.
And you know, and so anyway, I know going forth in college, I know it'll be a little different, but this helps us prepare for college so we can know what to expect and what our expectation is going into college. You know, so he knows now. MJ knows. You know, he's been through that adversity, so he knows what to expect and what to ask coaches. So he
Okay.
always has questions. So now everything is on him. They got the number. He talks to him. Only time I hear anything from him is if he has a question for me. So I'm letting him go through that whole process with the coaches that's been reaching out to him now, and just go through that. But loyalty to me, you know, just AAU programs, I think it gets
I
overrated.
think, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And especially with the AAU coaches that got a little power in the rankings and stuff. They can be
Mm.
like, oh, that kid timeouts. No, you don't. You lie. You don't do what you're supposed to do. You don't
Yeah,
take care of kids like you say you're gonna do.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I wouldn't play for you either.
Right,
You know,
right.
but I don't have the energy to go back and forth with that. I just,
No
hey,
doubt. No doubt.
let the chips fall where they may, and the cream rise to the top.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
people that's been in the game for a while know, hey, you're paying for your rankings, and your kid's gonna get exposed before it's over with.
Right. Let me ask you this. You know, and you're an old school kind of dude, and you like competition, and
Oh,
you and you and I've had a couple of conversations about what it means to put your kid in a tough environment and let him fight his way out of it and so forth. Um, what do you look at Calvert? I mean, is there times that you wish you was in that DFW market for your kid to play in, and if so, how do you deal with that? I mean, because I
it's
think you kind of sometimes want to do that, but your job situation and so forth. I mean, give me a little insight on it, because we kind of touched bases on it. I kind of skirted around it a little bit with you a couple times, but I got you on the spot right now, man. We got you on. Let me just do it like this. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this.
and I've
We
honestly,
got you on
I've
the
had.
spotlight right now, bro. We got you on the spotlight.
Hey, and I'll tell you what. Honestly, you know, my goals are a little different. You know, I have my superintendent certification, and so you know, right now, you know, just kind of fill in where it is. And this last couple of weeks, I've had several opportunities to go to 6A, couple 6A, a couple of 5As, and lead the program. But right now, like I said about loyalty, I'm going into my third year here. I want to go ahead and finish it out. I think we got a good shot to do something. We'll see how good our team is at the TABC. So, you know, we're going to be a 1A, but we're playing Arlington Bowie, I think Waxahachie, one of the Christian schools. So right now, you know, that's not my goal. I mean, yeah, I can go to 6A. I've had opportunity. But right now, I only get one shot to to do these things with my son. And, you know, it's been good. And
Right.
and one of the main things you get, and it's more MJ, not me, is he only playing, he the coach's son. So getting over that whole schema of that fight. But
All right, so
myself personally,
I want to role play with you. I want to role play with you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm MJ. I'm MJ. You daddy. We just killed that TABC.
Okay.
I'm MVP.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how he is or, you know, if he gets that or anything, but let's hypothetically say, daddy, I want to get in that market, in that Dallas market and play. I want to go up against these people because I'm tired of people saying my biggest knock is I don't play against nobody.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, and that's what, you know, and I told this to one of the, and that's good that I have a relationship with some of these ranking guys.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody brought that to my attention. I say, you know, when he played against John Lucas' team, you know, he was the leading scorer, leading rebound. I say, so when he goes out there, when them shoes lace up and he goes against those bigger guys in the summer, is he not producing? Like you just saw the guy from Pro Skills Black or whatever, Austin Black. You know, and that was a 17U group, and he had 24 against them.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's here, just like I said with Karl Malone. But when he laces up with those guys his age and above, just like he did in Houston Hoops, you see who he is.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, so you maybe for those 20 games out of the year he's here at Calvert, and you're like, yeah, he's dominating, but he's getting that same 20 and 15 against anybody he plays.
All right, so now I'm gonna play one of these old school, you know, evaluators. You know, I don't want to say Jim Hicks, but I'm saying the Jim Hicks kind, the Blues and Tucci's, you know, the Kellen Buffington guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I know he does that. He did that, so and so, blah blah blah. But he's got to do that more. We need to see this more consistently. You know, because you know, a lot of people got theories like this, and I'm gonna be real with you on this. A lot of people had the theory of saying, you know, it's easy coming through that back door. You understand what I'm saying? Versus when you come through that front door, I see you better than I see you coming through that back door. You follow what I'm trying to say on that?
I got you.
And so, you know, or better yet, some people aren't up, you know, to really go at you like you up to go at them.
Yeah, and that's what I say. You know, like he's only been here 2 years.
Right.
But they got to remember CP3 camp, 8th grade.
I remember all that.
In 9th grade, I mean, so he. And I mean, and the teams is calling for him on those shoe circuits. They know who he is, and they now behind the back and behind the scenes because he ain't playing with them. They might be saying, "Oh, he plays lower level," but you the same guy that's calling, blowing us up.
Well, I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying from the media evaluators.
Yeah, and that's what I'm sending to him because I mean, whoever's saying it, they are asking for him. They know who he is, and so you know when he goes out in the court, they know him. And they've known him since 7th, 8th grade, since he's been playing.
I think you still misunderstand what I'm saying. So I'm saying this is from a media evaluator type. They'd like to see him more against the top competition more consistently than every now and then. What do you say to that?
Yeah, that's what I say. I say,
you're still doing it no matter what. You've been doing it every time you play. Just keep looking. Okay.
Just keep looking. When he comes there, if you don't believe the proof is in the pudding, just watch him.
Don't believe the hype.
Just watch it. You know what I mean? Like he said, you know, just you ain't gotta put it up there, but when he plays, he plays. You know, and I mean I understand what you're saying, but it's 20 games out of the season. But throughout the year, he's playing with college. I'm not gonna say which one, but he plays with college players throughout the year. You know, so he's getting pickup games with college players throughout the year. Tomorrow he's going out to another town and going to play with college players until the Gasso hits on Saturday in Round Rock. So he's not just – he's always been playing up since 8th grade. And so, you know, when whoever gets him is going to get a deal. Because the way he works. I mean, I think everybody knows that. So he's a dog when he gets out there, and that's just out of a coach. And I can put him in any position, especially at the 1A level. And so that shows his versatility a little bit more.
No doubt. I just had an epiphany. I've been wondering why there are the handlers out here right now that go at parents and really hammer at why they need them to market your kid. You just hit me with an epiphany why look, if I was in that business and where I'd come at you on, because your answer to me should have been something along the lines of, well, we every time we play up there, these are the same results. You kind of said that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But high school, everybody knows high school is not really what matters. It's really what you do on the AAU scene. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So now I see how, and I'm not saying that would have worked on you, but I'm saying these are some, I've been trying to think, why would people need, a guy to be a market strategist, if you will, to get their son recruited? And what could they be saying? What could they come up with? And it just hit me that's what someone would say for you. Because if I was your guy doing that, right, and I'm marketing your kid, that's exactly what my comeback is for an evaluator or an media guy to tell me, well, we'd like to see him do it more consistently in our area against the top dogs all the time. But at the same time, what are we talking about, high school, or what are we talking about AAU? Because if correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Evaluator, Mr. Media guy, it really matters when you playing against the AAU guys. Not to say that high school doesn't matter. I don't want to make that known, but we all know that you earn we earn your paper. Going up against what's in the spring and summer, because those are select teams, meaning a lot of those teams that you playing against have been handpicked. It's not like the UIL where you got to live in that district, or you got to lie and say you in that district, but either way, that'd be one of those two things. You either got to live in there or you got to lie to say you live in that district to be at a certain school.
We know how it is.
Whereas in AAU, you get handpicked by that coach or whoever and so forth. So definitely just, godly, I like talking to guys like you, man, because it helps me think about some of these other problems that I'm thinking about, and what to say and what not to say and you just helped me with that. I make sure you write that down.
I'll tell you, man, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting journey, just watching it unfold as a coach, the stuff that I just disliked, to see it now and saying I could be a part of that same thing that happened when my dad was coaching at Louisville. Had a great team, and it just went a different way because each year one team in the district would add another player, add another player, add another player, and it just kind of got like, are you serious? Yeah. So I just don't want to be that coach. I mean, I mean, you wouldn't believe the calls I get for. Yeah. I wouldn't be getting these head coaching job offers if it wasn't for my 6'7" son. Yeah, I probably get considered, but I wouldn't. Hey, you got this job.
It's not the reason.
So,
it's not the,
no. So let me just stay here. Let him go through adversity. Let him go through the people talking. Because if he does go to where his ultimate goal is, it's going to be naysayers every day on times 10. So go ahead and get those naysayers now. And the kids that's not getting the naysayers, it's getting bumped up. They don't know how to deal with it. When they first get it, that adversity, they have no clue how to deal with it. And now they're having a mental breakdown. And that's when you go, that's it. And that's when MJ goes up. So that's when
that's me. That's me patting you on your back right there, dog. That's me patting you on your back. You preaching, Pastor.
So let them go through that adversity. Let them go through not being in the top 100. I think we've seen it all. When Jordan didn't have it, I'm coming. When Kobe didn't have it, he got cut out. So when those things happen.
I got to ask you, man, because you going smooth sailing right into where I want to go with all this right now. Yeah, let's talk about negativity.
Okay.
Or / constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Is there a difference between the two to you and your child?
Say that one more time.
Negativity, constructive criticism. Is there a difference between the two for you and your son?
Yeah, I got to be real careful with him because, since it's just him and I have a custody of MJ for about 6 years now.
Okay.
So it's just him and I in the house. So I had to really balance both hats because I'm
Okay.
a pretty hardcore coach.
No doubt.
So I had to really have a lot of positive affirmations with him
Right.
prior to.
Okay.
And then, but there is a difference. You can't just be negative, but he has to understand the difference. Constructive criticism, when I come back and give you some positive affirmation with it, like, hey, why you do that pass? Why you didn't retreat dribble? But negativity is just I'm on them hammering. And so, but constructive criticism when I'm actually trying to get them better. And so what I say to him as a parent during AAU season, when he comes off the court, the first thing I say to him, Jay, is, man, I love watching you play. That's the first thing I say to him, regardless of how I feel.
Right.
I'm like, gosh, the first thing I say to him as a parent, I love watching you play.
Okay.
And he's at the point now that he say, okay, Dad, give me the coaching version. I didn't do what did I do? And he opens up to that and receptive to it. But it was a point where I would just be like on the team when I'm coaching them, I'm on them. I'm yelling at them during the game. And I'm just on them. And I didn't at one point at the beginning, I wasn't giving him a pat after I got on him for doing whatever he did.
Okay.
But you can, if you watch his highlight video for his sophomore season, you to see the way the interview where he spoke and the way he ended, like the way he takes it in stride and works with it. But it is a difference, and I've learned how to use a constructive criticism, but following up with some positive affirmations in it, and keeping him his emotional tank full.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you: is there any problem with an evaluator, another media guy, or even a coach that can help your kid get somewhere bigger, providing him with constructive criticism? Are you receptive to that as a parent or not?
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody today told me he was a really respected evaluator. He told me that his lateral movement is good, but he stands up too tall. Kind of similar to a kid.
I've told you that before.
Yeah.
Well, I told you that before, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so he's been working with a lot of things. But I reached out to a college coach, and they gave me some resources, and some different type of workouts to help with that.
Okay.
And just different type of doing yoga every day. But I mean, like things that I didn't even think about. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But now I used to train him like when he started getting a little different to keep our relationship together. Okay. Like I let him just go work out with those college guys. Yeah. Let him get roughed up.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, I'm like, okay, shoot, he's been playing with those 23, 24-year-olds.
Okay.
And all the kids I coached in Louisville, like, they're playing pro. Brandon Jefferson, Brian Newaley, who got BMM. I coached that kid, so it's good to see him having that program that he has at high school.
Wait a minute, hold on, we're gonna pump the brakes right there. You coached Brian Newaley?
I did. He was the one who won the Great American Shootout. Yeah.
He
was part of the team that I coached and won the Great American Shootout.
I need for you to do DFW a solid. You need to tell him he needs to stop charging media guys $5 to come cover the damn games at high school. Who does that? I need you to make him run some laps, something I'm still pissed off at him over that, man. Anyway, never mind. I'm sorry. I went away out of bounds on that. But yeah, I just had to get that in. Every time somebody talks about that dude, man, I turn a different color of red a little bit. I'm still so disappointed. Well, I got Keontae George and I got Cruz Davis and Matt Reed. So we need for y'all to pay $5. Huh?
Wow.
It was kind of like that moment for me, honestly speaking to you, y'all. And I always think of this moment every time I talk about this happening. You like comedy. You like Jamie Foxx, right? You've seen Jamie Foxx when he said, "Man, I had seen J-Lo one day and she was all giving the beat up." Nope, yeah, ain't
She a
like she
dancer.
know. He said, "Damn, man, hey, Jay, I remember when you
Yeah,
was,
she a dancer.
J-Ho, that's the one I thought of. It wasn't no J-Lo, you was J-Ho,
She a dancer.
I don't know why that makes me think of that, but anyway, yeah, I think of that moment. I'm like, dude, I remember when you couldn't even get anybody in this gym, and now you want to charge media guys. But anyway,
Wow.
all right,
Wow.
so he need to go back to the old school days of realizing what the game really is, and I know I had the song on earlier where I was talking about it's all about it. It's all about you. What was it? Snoop? No, Tupac.
Snoop?
Yeah, it's not about you. You know what I'm
No.
saying? It's about the kids, man. But you want to put $5 in your pocket? Come on, man. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you fine, and that's just kind of let you know, just by saying that lets you know how deep I go back. So I've seen it as a coach, as a player, and now as a parent, I'm seeing a whole different side of it. So I'm just like, hey, he's good where he's at. If he gets up there, he gets up there through his hard work, but it ain't gonna be nothing with me paying or gotta wiggle somebody or finesse somebody to get in there. He's gonna get in there because everyone knows he's one of the best kids there, but not because there's nothing I'm gonna do, because I can't get him when he's an adult. It's got to be everything he's going and working through and grinding to want it. Okay. So, I mean, like when he sets his goals, I don't wake him like when he sets his goal, Dad, I'm gonna wake up 6 o'clock every morning. If I hear the alarm go off, but if he don't get up, I'm not going up there and getting the gym. I'm up at 5. I'm military. Yeah. But if he gets up and goes, I say, okay, let's go. Let's put the shot machine up. But
I got another timeout. I got another timeout. You say you military. You still hold on. How long has it been since you've been in the military?
Man, it's still embedded in me. Once you're in there, you.
How long were you in? How long ago has it been since you was in the military?
Man, it's been 14 years, man.
And you still getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, brother?
Man, well, we have 6 a.m. practice. Like, throughout the year.
Oh, that's right.
You ask any kid that I coach, any Louisville coach, any Denton kid, they'll tell you we've always done 6 a.m. workouts.
You're right.
Every kid I coach.
You crazy ass high school coaches do that. Not them, man.
But look, but the reason I do it now is a method to my madness. I got an excuse for it now.
Well, everybody's doing it. Everybody's still doing it. So
but check this out.
What's your method? Go ahead.
The reason why I do it is because the state championship game for 1A is played at 8 in the morning.
Woo! Woo!
So that's why I do it.
Now let me ask you, how close has Calvert come to getting to the state championship?
Man, we're close. We was 4 points away this year in the region.
What round? What regional? What, the first regional or the second? Oh, so you one game away from getting to the final.
We lost to Rock Springs, and they ended up going. So the team that beat us went there and lost. But I think we had a good team, and it just kind of messed. We were up and just kind of messed it over.
Was that last year, or when was that?
That was this year.
This past year, okay.
Yeah. So we were right there, and so TAB right now in the summer league. I did a couple of spring leagues and summer leagues down here in Central Texas, and people are excited.
I need you to scoot over to the right, man. You keep giving me the half face. There you go. Yeah, you're right there.
There we go.
Looking like Harvey Two-Face. I don't, you got a half face on me. I don't want you.
No, but they did pretty good, man. So we did good in the Gasso as a high school team 2 weeks ago in College Station. Went to the Final Four as a high school team and lost to, played some really good teams out of Houston. And so, now MJ gets to go and play with ASAC this weekend. And then the following weekend, he'll be back with Calvert at the TABC showcase. So,
okay.
we don't have a 6A, but we're going to be, I think we're the only 1A school in it.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, you got a special player in your son, MJ Thomas, that will open up some doors, some opportunities for you to get in some games that you probably wouldn't normally get in, if you don't have a kid like that. So big props and shout outs to you as a dad and as a coach as well to have such a talent on the team like that. We were talking about the negativity from the evaluator from the media. And I've been kind of here lately taking some slack from some parents about my reasoning or method to madness, as you just put it, right?
Yep.
And I like saying, look, that moment, this is me, this moment right here. You remember when you was at the school dance and you saw that girl? Oh my God, that girl looked so cute, beautiful. You just had to get with her. You turn to your best friend and, dude, does my breath stink? And he told you no. And when you went to go talk to the girl, she, and what's so bad about your friend ended up hooking up with her because he popped a piece of gum in his mouth. I'm that moment. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that, don't let this happen to you. You understand what I'm saying? You know you funky. You didn't put no deodorant on, right? We just got out of practice, but this dude let you go over there and do that while he kind of washed up a little bit and ended up getting the girl.
Yep.
That's the moment that I'm trying to bring a lot of these parents. Basically, what I'm trying to say, y'all, is that a lot of these media guys, these evaluators guys, are so nice and friendly to you. Because they want you to provide the goods to them. Where you, first of all, when you sign or when you get ready to commit or whenever you narrow your list, can I be the first to have it? You understand? They sell that information. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, people are paying for that. Matter of fact, people are on staffs for some of these media places to get that kind of intel and so forth. And it just blows my mind that people fall for this and end up just catering to these. And I can't stand it. I hate to see parents not getting told what they need to hear as far as the overall development of their child. Yeah, getting to the dance is always easy. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know how to dance. You got to look the part that you can dance, in order to get a girl, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into getting the girls. You can't be pretty like me all the time, and expect to get the girl. Wait a minute. I'm pretty, but I'm fat now. So I can't get no girl. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to what? I got to get in shape, dog, so I can get the girl. You follow? These are all the things that media guys like me, like myself, try to provide parents to get them to understand. You know what I'm saying? There's a method to my madness.
Yeah.
I don't want you as a friend if you don't tell me, if you are telling me everything that I want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need you as a friend. I got plenty of them. I got plenty of them kind of people at the job right now. Oh, Mr. Miranda, you look so good. You cute. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to know when I'm messing up. I want to know when I'm not doing something right. I want to know what's going to help me get. Okay, I like my pay job right now. I like my money, right? I want to know how to make more. I want to know how to get in that next spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But a lot of these parents don't look at that like that, man. And I'm trying to figure out why. It goes back to what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It goes back to what you're saying. That question with negative and constructive criticism. You want somebody that can give you constructive criticism to help you get better. You want somebody to tell you the real of what's going on. Want to tell you your best thing. You want somebody to help build you. And again,
I wanted that girl, man.
You have to go through that person.
Girl. Yeah. And my friend had the piece of gum, didn't give me that piece of gum. I don't want you parents to be like that. I don't want you to have that feeling. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling this dude how to get that offer that at Georgia or Alabama or better yet, one of the Power 5 schools that everybody want to go to. I'm giving you the answers on how to get to that spot to turn that guy's head. But it's you don't like how I said it. You don't like the fact that you made my son look bad behind it, or come on, people. We are all charged with helping kids get to a certain point in their lives and in their careers. I know. Guess what, Coach? you know this already. I have a son that
Yep.
went through this process.
Man, you took him to a whole nother level.
You saw him in the 6th grade, probably was like 4'8" back then, 4'8".
Man.
You know what I'm saying? He's in the 6th grade, the Bridge Build-Up Camp.
Yep.
Build-Up Camp, right? Bridge
Yeah,
Build-Up. I'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Max Devaney. I met Max Devaney there.
Max, yep.
Yep, Mad Max. Coach
Reese.
Brian, Coach Michael Reese's dad.
Yeah. Coach Reese.
You know, was there. And you know, they saw my son and they all told me, this is what you need to do. This is what you know, I like this, but man, you know, we got to get him to do this a little bit more. We got to get him to do that a little more. I didn't whine about it and go on social media and say, oh, these guys don't like my kid. They hating on my kid because it's just too much shit they trying to get my son to do that he can't do. Yeah. Come on. It's that early in the people's careers, those kids' careers, to make the adjustment. That's what the game of basketball is about. Not most importantly, that's what the game of life is about.
Exactly.
Making adjustments. Parents, get out your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt them. Hell, I love y'all. I need y'all to go subscribe on the Real Talk Nation, you know, YouTube channel, right? I need y'all. Why would I want to hurt y'all?
No.
You know, help me understand that. I do this for free.
Man.
How many dudes are doing this right now for free? I got a couple of college coaches wanting to pay me right now for the service that I provide them. I told them not yet.
You're like the Charles Barkley of us right now. You're giving it to them like they should get it done. No filter. No filter.
I'm trying to make my body, trying to shorten up my body. I'm trying to shorten up my body a little bit. Man, I don't know how to take that one, man. All right. We're talking about the filter part. Yeah,
give it to them like it is. It's real, but you got to. I mean, you only can hide and put the shield on and the face mask as we go through COVID for so long.
Yeah,
you only can do it for so long. It's going to catch up with. So the ones that's getting the rankings I go back to the ones that's moving to get to a better. It's going to catch up to you.
Man, I said I wasn't going to talk bad about any one particular family, and I'm not going to say no names. But I remember, and a lot of people are going to know, and I don't care. But you know, I think it's something that should be said because, you know, it really disappointed me when it happened. I made a comparison, like around like December or January, of a kid named Brian Agarwal, an Indian kid, who is rising up the charts here in the last 6 months. And he plays for Capel High School in 3D Hoops Academy. And the guy shoots the ball almost better than anyone in the DFW. You follow what I'm saying? Anyone. He's 6'7". He can handle the rock. He makes great decisions with the ball in his hands. You know, not a whole lot of turnovers. And he can shoot the ball, and he can go by you and get to the rim and dunk it on you.
Yeah.
I made a comparison to a guy who was similar, same height, that all he does is dunk, right? And has a good short jumper game. You know, I give him that, you know, but great on the boards. There's some things that he does better. There's no doubt about it. He's ranked higher, and he's black, all right? Yeah. My kid is an Indian kid. I said, hey, this kid was black, or if he was white, this dude would be top 6, top 5 in the state.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, and I made the comparison with the other kid that was ranked higher than him. And I thought I could say that because his parents and I were real cool, right? Supposedly. Yeah. Right? But the minute I said that, they turned on me.
Wow.
I'm no good. I can't believe you would dog my son out like that. You know what I'm saying? And it really kind of hurt. It really hurt my feelings because I wasn't trying to be, you know, like I was, knifing the kid or anything like that.
No.
I thought he was mature enough to understand, hey, man, even though I'm saying this kid might be a little bit better than you, I'm kind of telling you why I think he is better than you.
Work on it.
And that whole message, the parents missed that whole message. You still got another year to go of high school. A spring, a spring, summer, and another fall to go, and you're done. You still got a chance to go work on that jump shot.
Yep.
That every media guy, every evaluator, every college coach, every high school coach is saying about that particular kid. But when I say it out loud, oh, he's Tony Montana. He's welcome to the bad guy. I'm the bad guy all of a sudden. And again, I can't help but say, hey, all I'm trying to do is tell you what I see, right? What I think that you need to work on to help you stay ahead. Now, crazy thing was, a couple of months later, the rankings came out. Gassos put some rankings out, and that Indian kid was ranked higher than this other kid that we're talking about. Now, the new rankings came out a couple of weeks ago, and they put that other kid back ahead. And I don't know what the Texas Hoops people were doing on that, because I still say this. That Indian kid's game translates on the next level for him more than this kid here that was ranked ahead of him, the guy that I made the comparison to, because that kid still is not, I won't say he can't shoot, but I'm not saying he can shoot it. I'm not saying, clutch time, I'm giving him the rock. I'm designing a play up for him to shoot the ball. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I will give him a lob or something. You know what I'm saying? If we could draw up a lob, if this team can't defend the lob, I'm gonna throw it up for him. That's the play I'm designing for him. But that guy that can shoot, I could put that guy in all kind of different scenarios and give me a bucket from him. You understand what I'm saying? And this kid is delivered against some of the top national kids too. And he went down to the Pangos camp recently, and guess what he did? Top 30 kid. Top 30 kid. Now, don't get me wrong, the other kid was a top 30 kid too.
And they go right there, cream rise to the top.
Look here. That kid, the other kid, the parents was upset about it. Guess what? Yeah. He was top 30 kid too.
Yeah.
So whereas I know I'm kind of making it sound like a little bit that I'm jumping on the parents on this. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? My point in bringing this to saying is, guess what? We all won on that scenario. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them, I like to say, man, I don't like kids that smell themselves, that's reading their press clippings and so forth. You're a coach, you know what I'm talking about, right? You hate that. You hate that mess, man. You know what I'm saying? The first thing come out y'all mouth when y'all losing by, to a team you ain't supposed to be losing. All right, y'all sniffing yourselves. You've been reading your press clippings too damn much. I'm that dude that's trying to, keep these kids on that same lane right there. Yeah. Stop smelling yourselves and get to work. Still a lot of work to go. What are your thoughts on that?
Back in the days, it used to be like, before we had all the media, don't go look at that scorebook. Coach used to get the scorebook so you can see who scored.
Yeah.
Before the media, don't look at that scorebook. That instant gratification.
This is mine. It's going home with me. Yeah, you keep it from us. You know what I'm saying? So, man, maybe, golly, boy, you hit a nugget right there, man. Maybe we ought to go back to them days, man. Because I swear to God, man, it just seems like the more good that we do as media, the worse it becomes as far as with these parents and their kids. Right. Everything's got to be an announcement. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I'm transferring to this school. You be transferring to that school. I'm going to.
Man, we had one.
Hey, man, I'm going to transfer to, I need to. I'm doing this because, I got aspirations to go play in the league, and this is going to help me. Let me give some people a news flash. I don't want to be the guy to kill no dreams or anything. I don't want to sound like I'm no dream killer. But if teams ain't breaking their neck to get you in their own program right now, it's hard to say that you're going to be a pro. If
Yeah.
you ain't top 5 in your own city, it's hard for you to be a pro.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Every now and then, you got a guy that sneaks through the cracks and ends up going to the pros. I got one. I got a dude that snuck through the cracks. Mason Jones, Arkansas University.
Oh, yeah.
No one saw that coming. So dreams can happen. Don't get me wrong. Well, let me tell you why that kind of stuff happened. That kid worked his tail off night and day to fix all the deficiencies that he had. And let me tell you, he heard so many fat boy jokes from me to last a lifetime. You understand what I'm saying? And we both laughed it off, but eventually he says, I got to get to work and take care of this. You was right the whole time, Coach B. I thank you. Dude tells me this religiously, B. Look, I thank you because you were the only one. You were one of the only ones that kept it real with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I already knew that was my calling, if you will, right? I already knew that was my calling, but to hear it from him made it even worse because now if I could see that in that kid and he turned out them kind of results, regardless of whether or not he ever makes an NBA team or not, this ride in the last year and a half that he's took himself, his parents, his family, and me and my family on right now is unforgettable. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you that when we take those constructive criticism, it helps us get better for the next person we can help uplift. I can tell you, we had a kid in Louisville named Cameron Clark, called him CC.
Okay.
He was kind of like you said with Mason, overweight. I mean, matter of fact, his freshman year, he didn't want to play football, but he was huge. I mean, this kid was all of 250, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2".
Okay.
And that summer, he worked his butt off. And he ended up playing against, I think we played Cedar Hill, beat Cedar Hill. They had Thomas Gibson. And this fat, chubby kid and trimmed down and guarded Thomas Gibson and had him foul out in Louisville, beat Cedar Hill.
Wow.
With that kid.
Wow.
So anyway, fast forward, this kid is now he goes to a JUCO, and he knew. He was like, Coach, I said, just make it through. They say, Coach, it's bad. It's bad. It's JUCOs. They're not going to give me a chance. They got like 30 kids up there. So he transfers, goes NAIA, is the league leading scorer. I mean, the top scorer. Ends up finishing his career being a 3-time All-American, NAIA All-American, and the school leading scorer.
Okay.
All-time leading scorer. Then he goes overseas for 3 years and plays basketball. Now, remind me, we had some top kids. We had some kids that could go. I want you to look up Austin Brown against Barry Jones. I mean, we had some kids that could go. Booker Wood Fox. But anyway.
You know that's Keontae's dad, right? You know that, did you? Yeah. You didn't know that, did you?
But that's not his dad.
That's either his dad or that's his. You know what? I'm lying. That's his trainer. That's his trainer. His trainer. I'm sorry.
It's not his dad.
God dang. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. That was his trainer. I'm sorry.
That's his trainer, man. Man, that Charles Barkley filter coming back out.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, right there. Boom. Yeah, that was his trainer. I'm sorry. I knew it was always something related to it. That's what I meant to say, his trainer. Anyway.
I'm about to say there's no way that can't be his.
Yeah, I know. That was his trainer.
Anyway, Booker Wood Fox had all those kids, and so. But anyway, CC ends up out of all those kids that was promising to go on to the league and to do good things. We had some guys that was top 8. Ron Bowie was like, I think it was top 8 in his class out there with LeBron and Nash. Anyway, he went to UTSA and everything, but CC went on through the NAIA route.
Okay.
CC is now a college coach in Kansas.
Okay.
And that hard work and dedication and adversity he went through early on, not being ranked, not being known, going through an NAIA, he got his master's degree. Now this kid is coaching college basketball.
Okay.
And that's what I see as a coach, as I see as a parent. You let your kids go through adversity. You let them get that constructive criticism, and it's going to work out not only in the game of basketball, but like we said, the game of life. You
Yeah.
know, if he goes pro, hey, that's icing on the
It's
cake.
a bonus.
But it's a bonus. But when I look at that kid, CC, when I look at Brandon Jefferson's, the kids that was not known, that was not ranked, that climbs up the ladder and get to where they want to get, and he can look back with no regrets. We still talk about it every time I see him. I was a fat, chubby kid. I was a JUCO reject. I transferred to NAIA and play professional basketball and make some money and get my master's degree. Now I'm coaching college ball and can help the next kid.
Awesome.
Cameron
That's awesome
Clark,
stuff. Cameron Clark. Got to remember
Louisville
that
High
name.
School.
Louisville High School. I couldn't help but bring that Mason Jones story up and to try to get parents like some of these parents that are not receptive to my method of madness of pushing buttons. I like pushing buttons, man, to get people to perform. You know, and a lot of that has to do with the competitor in me because you know DFW, we're the best. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we're part of the state of Texas. We're a part of the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? But we say we Texas when we outside them Texas lines. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. But let's make sure we understand this. You know, when we talk about Dallas versus any other city, you know, in the state of Texas, I'm pro Dallas, and I want my kids, our kids, right, to be the best that they can be. So I'm doing my part, not just trying to help them get to school. I'm trying to help them get their game right so they can go to school.
Yeah.
My kid already got an education. Was it a BA in finance and a master's in a master's degree in sports management at Dallas Baptist University. Yeah, that's not a Power 5 school. That's not even a D1 school, but it was FREE. You understand what I'm saying? It was FREE, and I like free. You understand what I'm saying? And the status, the paper, you know, DBU is a outstanding, you know, institution and is ranked amongst some of the top with some of the D1s here in the state of Texas. So I'm not, you know, so I honestly, this is my mission. This is my way of giving back. This is my, in so many words, my tides on the cool. You're gonna be real and tell you that, you know, and so, you know, yeah, eventually I'm going to end up doing some stuff to where we're going to get paid, you know, and so forth. But that's going to be a minute. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just trying to build all that up. I believe in build your stuff up. Don't take advantage of people because you know they need you or there's nothing there that's better than what you can do. I want people to understand that what I do is nobody else can do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, some guys that shine it up and make themselves look real pretty and polish themselves up and so forth, you know, but their motives are a lot different than mine. You understand what I'm saying? I am the original guy that's done this without getting paid to do this. There's no monetary visions or whatever got me started in this. It was all about doing what was right for the kids. Help build this market up for the kids. DFW is for the kids. This is our area. You know what I'm saying? We got to own it. We got to do what it takes to keep it, to own the state of Texas, as Gasto say. We want to own the state of Texas. And I feel like this is my part in doing that as well. Now, some of these parents, you get a little in your feelings again, but I don't say something that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? And oh, you know, do you have to say that to my kid? Yes, your kid, it shouldn't be exempt any more than the other kid. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to keep it equal. I like to keep it, you know, I like to keep it real for sure, you know, and I just don't understand why some people parents get into their feelings when we media guys don't say something that they don't like or they don't like this about their kid and so forth and not really take the time to understand. Like, you know, I'm going to tell you one of the kids that's getting ready to move, you know, I said some things about, they had a little podcast yesterday. I don't know if you know the Asher and Simpson uh, podcast here in DFW. I don't want to say their names, I don't want to get them pissed off or anything at me, but they had I understand they got a podcast, and the girl on the show there is supposed to be like somebody called her, and I didn't mean to call her because she happened to be, it used to be one of my friends back in the day.
Yeah.
And they're going one of my J-Lo moments. No, I'm playing. I don't want to say it like that. That's just a thought that came to my mind, even though she wasn't nowhere near that. Let me go and clarify that. I know that'll end up getting misconstrued too. So, but anyway, she was trying to agitate the parents, they said, and trying to get them to really say something about the backlash, if you will.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Backlash? What backlash? All I said was, wait, what were we thinking on this? Help me understand. You don't have to. You don't know it to me. I made sure that was clear as well. But you're in your last year of high school. Why? Wait a minute. Something just happened as well. Let me make sure that's down. Hang on a second. All right, hold on. All right, can you hear me better right there?
I can hear you.
All of a sudden, I got a bad echo on here. I don't know what's this all about. Hang on, let me turn this down a little bit. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. All right. So there goes that. I had a bad echo. Yeah, we're good. So
Okay.
What am I trying to talk? We were on
You're talking about
the show last night.
year.
The backlash. Yeah, the backlash, of what was said. All I asked was, hey, man, help me understand. You're in your last year of high school, these kids. And they obviously have, jump shot issues. I didn't say that then. I'm saying it now. You got jump shot issues. How much better is it going to get in this last year with this new school? And by the way, this is pretty much a new school. And just because they play some grind session thing, some kind of group thing, all of a sudden they're a known commodity. And we're supposed to all be flocking here in Dallas to go to California to play. Dude, we're better than you, California. We're the state of Texas, bro. You don't go to California and see signs like you come to Texas and it says right when you cross the line, don't you mess with Texas. You know what I'm saying? We are Texas, man. What the hell are you talking about? California. Oh, that with the surfboard people want to stay. Oh, could be. We been down here, man. You understand the thing? So I'm just trying to understand. I was trying to understand. I didn't mean to sound like, if I did, that all you people don't know what the hell you're doing, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to understand what makes me take my kid in his last year of high school to a situation like that. Now, if he had 2 years, I understand. Yeah. I understand that a little better. And they said, well, he wasn't the first. My kid ain't the first to go. I ain't seen too many leave in their last year. I didn't want to go back and look at the history books or anything on that to see how many kids actually left the state of Texas in their last year. And let's see what the results were. Because that, my friend, is where we're going to be next year. We're going to do the results of these kids that left. Now, I'm going to exclude Colin Smith, and I'm going to say his name because I can say his name because he's like a nephew to me. We're going to exclude him out because, honestly speaking, he needed to make that move. Being real, you know what I'm saying? Because he's in his last year. I'm in the mindset of winning. I want my kid winning. I never forget. Coach Dyer said this to me a while back. Because I used to always ask him, "Why do you always push your kids to the Nike programs and not the Adidas?" And he says, "Well, the Nike people make these kids feel like they're actually winning." You know what I'm saying? I want my kids to have that winning mentality, even in the summer, even even when they're here with me. So that always stuck with me on just having that mentality right there. You follow what I'm trying to say?
I do.
So that matters. So when you're doing that, you're sending this kid to a situation like that, and we don't even know what's going on with this? You know, how many people you got at that position, by the way? You know what I'm saying? I don't know that. I'm hearing some stuff about like why, two of them guys shouldn't have went, but if the parents are happy with it, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm being real on that. Let's just keep that real. What do you think about when somebody says that? I mean, when you're trying to entertain another situation, do you actually look at how many people you got at your position for your kid and what really is the atmosphere? Because one of the parents didn't even go to California to see what the atmosphere is going to look like. That's another thing that I'm like, whoa, and you already committed to this situation?
Yeah.
Is that something you would do?
I'm letting he makes a lot of decisions on his own. I'm just his advocate, but in his last year, for mine and my situation, I think he's good. I don't care what position, because that's the kind of way I am. If I'm get there, I'm a rise. But he's played on teams that people played his position. There's been multiple people in his position, and he's flourished.
Okay.
But right now in high school, now AAU is different, but in high school.
If you were thinking about doing it to a school like that, what would be your concerns? Let me just put it like that. If they got about 5 or 6 guys at your position, are you good with that?
I'm not. Last year, I'm not. It's gonna take a lot, situation wise for him.
Last year, your high school, yes.
I mean, because even right now, is every time I get a call, I show it to him. I'm like, hey, what do you think? He's like, Dad, we can win state next year. And and that's kind of what kind of keeps. He say, Dad, he say, you really ready to be a principal, Dad? I say, what do you want? I say, you want to go up there and just look at the school? He said, I think we can win it. He said, I think we can win it.
Okay.
And so, I mean, and then you kind of think about that, but you only get one time at this. You don't want to look back and say, dang, I missed my prom. And then, if he got a girlfriend, or I've seen it, not saying him, I don't know his personal situation, but I have witnessed with teams where they sent their kid to Oak Hill and came back. This is like a long time ago when I used to coach at Louisville. And there was a kid that ended up going to prime prep and then going here and coming back and ended up just not panning out, missed his girlfriend, came back, got his girlfriend pregnant. I think you got to put the kids in consideration first.
Okay.
Don't you do it trying to chase the Joneses or chase the rankings or chase the NBA draft. NBA, they found Scottie Pippen, they found Karl Malone, they'll find yours. Yeah. They found John Stockton bagging groceries.
Yeah, Starks too. John Starks.
Yeah, Starks. That's what I mean, bagging groceries. So I mean, if you're good, and you work your butt off, it's gonna be hard to deny.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to deny.
So I'm with you on that. Getting back to my point about the winning matters. You want your kid going into college on a winning note, as close as possible. You know what I'm saying? And get into a team that's going to be, 13-15 or 13-18 or something, or more losing record than that, it's just not worth it. Or, even if he does develop a little bit, it just to me, it didn't make sense.
No.
And again, going back to the Colin Smith situation, I can understand, with that said, why his dad and his mother made that decision for him to go to the school in Arizona. And knowing Lee, like I know him, I know he did his due diligence and so forth. And, he might listen to the wrong people in the DFW and so forth. But I know he does his homework and so forth. So he's good on that. So I wouldn't have to challenge that. I'm not even trying to challenge the other 3 families. They made a decision that they thought was best for them. That's cool. I get that. You know what I'm saying? All I was just trying to figure out was what goes on in that kind of conversation. And they made it sound like, oh, I'm talking bad on y'all talking bad on my kid. I make the decisions regarding my child. And I'm like, no, it ain't that kind of party, because I actually got a relationship with one of the kids, and his mama was like going like hey, MMA style or UCF. What is it, UCF fighting? I mean, it looked like she put the gloves on, ready to go.
And I appreciate you, because you definitely bring it to light. For because there is, like I tell my son, there's gonna be another MJ for this program. For another, it's gonna be another one of these Colin Smith. It's gonna be another Mason Jones. And so right now, what you're doing that's vital is telling other parents who may be listening and don't know much about the AAU circuit, don't know much about going to California, going to Arizona, or transferring. So like now, I can probably reach out to those parents next year and say, well, what made you do that? So you're basically just asking them what made you do it. Tell us so we can know as listeners and people that see it, because your kid's on that level. What made him leave?
It takes a village to raise one child. I am a firm believer in that, because I didn't make Jules by myself. Now, me and my wife made him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's a lot of people that help make the Julian Miranda that all you guys know, all you guys see to this day. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just, and me, I have a different role now, a guy in media now, and I'm trying to talk this out to the masses and hopefully get one of those parents to say, now, I wasn't going to have them on the show or anything right now, because, I wanted to let them, filter out as far as, do what they got to do for their decision or whatever. Maybe they still got some unfinished business that they have to tie up, some loose ends or whatever. I didn't want to be like the Ashford and Simpson show yesterday to get them on, hurry up before somebody else got them on, and provide their reasoning for that, because it was already pretty much told on Twitter, the kids have NBA goals. Yeah. Hey, your son got NBA goals too, right?
Yeah. I think everybody plays this.
Oh my God! My son had NBA goals.
I think all of us. I think they all do.
Exactly. So this is the best. This is the best decision that's going to help those kids get to the NBA. Wow! I did not know that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah. So,
no, really. I have not seen that before. Matter of fact, I got a text message here from a parent that was telling me that she is so thankful that I put that out about these kids going to these schools, these prep schools, telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Telling you what you want to hear and not delivering on what was promised. They get you down there and they treat you just like these college coaches do when they get you down there. It's just like going to the Army. I'm paraphrasing now. It's just like going to the Army. Once they got you, kids,
they got
no more Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, yeah, it was cool recruiting you, provide you with birthday cakes and parties and women, little teenage girls all around. Woo! Look at it, he's coming to our school, blah, blah, blah. But the minute that practice door happened, shut, you were all kind of MFs and your mama ain't here to hold your hand, blah, blah, So I'm just saying, parents, be careful what you put your kids in. And I feel bad for one of the parents because, man, she's such a sweet lady. She's going to be without her baby for a long time. And I got another text message from another person that was saying about how it was the hardest year of her life and letting her kid go to a prep school and just how bad they treated her kid. And he didn't turn out to be all that, and so, Lord forbid this happened to one of these kids that just left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the kids had already been, as he said, he had been at Sunrise Christian and he pulled him out. He said his kid wasn't ready then. What if he's still not ready now? Have you thought about that?
Yeah. And you got to know, the kids that I saw, and this was way back when, probably 10 plus years ago. And when I saw those kids where they was going to prime prep to go to Oak Hill those kids ended up, I think, just
don't take me back to the prime prep days. Oh my God. I had these same fights with prime prep. that I'm just now having with these parents.
Yeah, it went, and I think, a lot of them probably is their first time going through it, but I think the blessing that I have right now is that I've seen it.
Matter of fact,
And
one of
so
the
like
parents,
now it's like a relationship. Like you've been like in a basketball relationship. You see the red flags, you know how to steer away from.
right,
And so right now, seeing a lot of those red flags, you're like, okay, what's happening? You exposing a lot of the red flags.
right,
So
right.
it helps me as a parent to look at it and like, okay, what did this person do? Dang, how did that kid? No, then that's something we're not gonna do. Let's stick it through and stay faithful and stay, consistent. Have a little stability for where we're at, and just go from there.
No doubt, no doubt,
like,
no doubt.
But I
As a
mean,
matter-
you using that platform to put it out there means people talking about it.
Let me tell you this. Yeah, apparently they are. They have another podcast talking about me and what I said.
Look at that. Look at your
and I thought I was so irrelevant these days. I don't matter. The fat bully is just don't matter. Then why y'all listen to him? He don't know what he's talking about. Blah blah blah. And as a matter of fact, one of the text messages was from a former Prime Prep parent that I got. Flat out told me, wish she would have listened to me the whole time. So again, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my horn, but we tooting that horn right now because I'm trying to tell y'all.
Been there.
I seen a thing or two. That's why I can tell you a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We seen a thing or two to help you not go through that same thing. We seen Keith Frazier. You know what I'm saying? I was a proponent against the activity off the court that was going on in his life. Tried to tell them. Nobody wanted to listen. Now, where is my boy at right now? And he's a Kimball legend. Love you, Kimball for life. I'm a Kimball dude for life, right? Love him to death, but he was a can't miss pro. And everybody glorified him. What happened? He didn't make it. LB Nash, another kid. He didn't make it. Should have been a pro, as everybody said. Didn't make it.
Number 2, ESPN.
Yeah.
He was number 1 to Austin Rivers passed him.
So I can tell you a thing or two because, like I said, I've seen a thing or two. And I'm just trying to pass along, this good info. I got that water. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Just it's what you do with it that matters most. You know what I'm saying? I don't claim to know everything, y'all. I'm still learning some of this stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've built this platform. I brought this back. Now, I want you to remember this. I was one of the first ones to do this podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Remember when we had Bridge Builder? We even had you guys on the show. Bills was in the 6th grade. You remember that?
Yeah.
There's some people that try to say I wasn't doing this back then, but
way back when.
I'm trying to tell them, but yeah. So I provided a platform for us to be able to talk this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because again, back then I damn sure didn't know everything. I knew a lot because I had been working with, in the 90s, I had been working with guys like Jimmy King, Rodney Rogers, Ed Wheeler and all the, Stephen Headache Smith back in the day. I'm going to have Stephen on Headache on the show pretty soon as well.
Okay.
But I was coaching back then. A lot of people don't know that. This ain't my first rodeo doing this stuff. I just took a couple little breaks in between. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back providing this platform to give you guys knowledge, not just you, Coach, but other parents out there that don't know, and even provide you with some information for some of you people that think you know. Some of you people do know. You know what I'm saying? I might provide something that might be kind of new to you, or you may have forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Rehash it. That's the purpose of the Real Talk Nation, the show. You follow me? Because we're trying to make sure that we become more educated as parents. The Chop Shop does a great job of it Monday through Thursdays, 12 to 2 p.m. I don't mind shouting them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to them. They're freaking hilarious. Robert Hatter is hilarious. I know this is free advertisement, Hatter. But Hatter always thinks I'm hating on him, whatever. I actually love, his delivery, everything that he does about it. And they provide good information. I want to provide a different, extension of that, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Mine's is more hands-on with guys like yourself, the parents. They want the big-time guys, the head coaches and all that. Okay, that's cool. I want to deal with my people, the people that I can relate to right now with, the parents, the coaches, high schools. I'll be having some high school coaches on. I'm going to have some assistants, college coaches on as well. But, I want to talk these kind of issues out. I want to be able to have, like it says, I can have 10 people on the screen at once. I want to have 10 people on there and have a round table discussion about something that's just, I got a bag full of topics, that I want to go over.
Let it all out. Let it out.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's coming, and and I'm trying to learn this platform, or rather this site that I'm using right now. It's a lot of stuff. I want to be able to provide highlights and so forth on it and so forth. So I'm still kind of learning as we go on this, but I'm here to stay, for this thing right now. And hopefully, if the Lord, keeps me alive, we're going to keep going until that time. You follow what I'm saying? So, I definitely want to, first of all, thank you very much for coming on tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was short notice, but it was like, damn, it's right on time. I need you to come on tonight. I really thank you for allowing me that time. I didn't think we would last this long, but you were pretty good, man. I mean, really, you're solid information that you provided tonight as a parent and as a coach. I do have a couple more before I let you go, okay. and it kind of like some hot grill questions right quick, kind of put you on the spot a little bit as a coach.
All right, let's go.
As a coach, what are your pet peeves in your players? What do you not like seeing the most? What just gets on your nerve?
Effort.
Lack of effort.
So I mean, the way I coach, because especially in a small school, pretty much everywhere I've coached, you're not going to have a whole bunch of talent. You might have, even at the top level, you'll have 2, maybe 3 go-getter guys.
Okay.
But boxing out, you're going to have a turnover. But what you going to do after that turnover? If you're sitting there clapping and looking at the stands at mom and dad, and they making a layup, I'll go crazy. You out immediately. Like, and anybody I coach, they know. You coach a Brian New Wave, you talk to anybody that I've ever coached. What do I take you out for? Boxing out and not getting back on defense. Them the only 2 reasons I take anybody out, and that is all based on effort.
I think you just lied to me, Coach. I think you just lied to me, and you told me what your real pet peeve was in that statement that you just gave me, Coach.
Effort.
No, they looked at their mom and daddy.
Or the AAU coach.
Yeah, boy. Now, I ain't never been a high school coach. But I have coached high school AAU, and I have coached little kids. I really love coaching little kids. And I'm going to tell you, man, when I had my little DeSoto Heat early, they 4th, 5th grade and all that, right? If you looked in the stands with your parent, I would take your ass out the game and tell you to go sit with your parents for the rest of the game.
Whoa, that's deep. That's deep.
I'm telling you, and one parent, this one dude, thought I was playing, and he did it, and I took his ass out the game, sent him over there, and he got upset, wanted to talk to me after the game about it. We talked, and I told him, I said, hey, man, I'll talk with the board, the DeSoto board, and try to get you on another team, but this is how we're going to do this. If your kid and you don't want to comply with structure that we're providing our kids, you can go, you can I'll pay you your money back. You know what I'm saying? Your refund back. You ain't got to wait for the city. I'll give you your money back. But you're not going to do this on my team. Yeah. Period. I was a little strict. I was a little strict back in them days, man. But I tell you,
You get older. I did the same thing, and I can tell this kid loves me now, but he hated me. He hated me at the beginning. Named Will Weathers. He was
Right.
on the mock draft. He played with Michael Jordan's son, UC Florida. And
Okay.
ended up finishing in Troy. But he did the same thing, man. When we won that Gasso. Before that,
high school, you got to know better than that. You in high school,
man. So before that, I think like 2 or 3 games before the Gasso, he was pretty good. He came from New Orleans and he got in and moved into Louisiana like right after Hurricane Katrina. So he was a pretty good player. Okay. But he was just, I mean, he would make a turnover, do some fancy stuff. But I benched him. I took him out, and he didn't want to come out the game. I called timeout, get out. His dad was bad. Yeah. And I said, well, look, did similar to what you did. I said, I knew Grandstaff at Team Tech. I said, well, here, go over there and play with him.
Yeah.
And I say, if you can get away with the stuff you get away here, then I can't do nothing for you.
No doubt.
And man, that joke went there one tournament. Right. Him and Grandstaff almost went blows. Right. Came back, apologized to me. And now this kid, he's in New Orleans, and
ain't nothing like it, is it, Coach? Hearing them come back say, "I wish I'd have listened."
Yeah,
I've had parents say right now, man. I remember when you used to make your son and that other little kid. I had 2 kids. Jules and Jordan Berry. Berry.
Yeah.
Those were my two. Those were my 2 guys on my team all them years. I had another kid. Well, I'm saying on that team. I had a couple other teams that I coached too, but them 2 kids from my 2016 team, DeSoto Heat, they were my boys, and I treated them, now there was a couple other kids I couldn't do like I did them, because mom just wasn't allowing it. But but the whole structure business that early I felt was vital. And back then they used to say, man, you'd be lucky if you get one of your kids to be on the DeSoto high school team, when they get in high school. Barely one, right?
Yeah.
I ended up having 2. I can't really count Marquise because Marquise didn't start out with me or anything. But I really can say 3. I'm sorry, I got 3 because I had Tristan Wallace, boss, who ended up getting the state MVP. For the state championship in 2016. So I went from saying, and I said I was going to always have 2. I added boss like a year later, but I knew that I had something special with them 3, and so I treated boss like that as well. His dad was always good about allowing me to do whatever. But I bring it up to say those people were like, man, you used to have them kids doing push-ups. You would call timeout and they'd be doing push-ups, blah blah blah. And I says, you know what, you're right. I did it so we could provide structure and discipline for their mothers. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of single mothers as on my team. I didn't have a lot of dual parenting on my team, and so I wanted to provide. They used to have me come over and discipline their kid when they got in trouble at school. You know what I'm saying? So nothing like seeing. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could have had all my kids on that DeSoto basketball team, right? You wish it as a coach.
Oh yeah.
But I on my team, my main team that I coach, I had 3. But all those other kids, never got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? With the law or anything like that. Now I had a couple on my 2015 team that we had some issues. I didn't really have them early like I had that 2016 group. But that 2016 team, not a single kid, any kind of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Now we had a couple of close calls, one or 2 with Jordan Berry. Don't get me wrong, but overall, I had 3 kids that won a state championship, and were vital key members. For that team winning. So nothing like hearing an opponent recognize that, a parent that was an opponent saying, "I wish our coach." I look back at, I used to think he was crazy with it, but I wish our coach would have did that to my kid.
Held him accountable.
Yeah, bingo. And that's all this is. And you just hit the phrase, if you will, to which I'm trying to tell the masses till this very day. Be accountable when it concerns our kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Own up to it. And at the same time, not only are we going to make you college coaches, you high school coaches, you AAU coaches. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we want you parents to be accountable. We want you fans to be accountable. We want you referees to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? We want all you family members out there to come support these kids to be accountable. You follow what I'm saying? Because it's our kids that see, they pick up on a lot of stuff that we do as adults.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey what? Do.
Monkey do. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's been a hard journey for me to get people to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we pecking away at it. They slowly but surely gonna understand, especially this group that just made this move and dogged me. I don't know if they dogged me out, so let me not even say that. I heard it was pretty good. It just the two co-hosts of the poll. Well, not even the dude. The dude wasn't bad. They said the girl was all really trying to get them to give us some meat. Give us some meat. We need some clickbait. Yeah. We need some clickbait. For our show, we need more people to watch our show, and this going to be the one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was the angle, but I pretty sure that was 9 times out of 10 what the angle was. But not being serious. All I want to do is hold people accountable to do the right thing in this game. And when we do that, I can tell you, man, that this game would be a lot easier. I've been thinking that the real problem with the way the game is today, Mike, is it just hit me when I was talking about my early coaching with Jules and his group. I remember saying, this is the best time to reach a kid.
Yeah.
This is the best time to mold, you know what I'm saying? A kid into being what I need him to be. Because guess what, Coach? I got another kid that's 11 that just turned 12.
Yeah.
And totally opposite from Jules. You understand what I'm saying? So I know I did it right with Jules. I'm starting to question myself what I'm doing with this one right now. Daddy done got old. He done chilled out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now this dude saying what he want to say, do what he want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm seeing the difference, and I know I'm right, not because I'm arrogant. Make sure I get that in, because that's one of the jabs that they threw at me. They said I'm arrogant, not because I'm arrogant. Is because I've seen and been through a thing or two. Yeah. So I can tell you a thing or two.
Yep. Man, I'll tell you what, man. I do, man. I respect it a great deal. And again, it goes back. Some people they take constructive criticism as negativity.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not.
And it's really like you're here, you're using your platform to actually help people. Like when you tell me, dang, he's vertical. He's not laterally moving. He can move, but he needs to do this. Yeah. I'm like, okay, and I'm the person that's saying, okay. Like when we lost, man, I went right back to the drawing board. I was like, how did I mismanage that game? And we're up, and I'm asking coaches and anybody that would listen.
Self-evaluating. Yes.
Yeah. Just doing a self-reflection test. So you teach these kids to do the exact same thing. And sometimes I think, as parents, and the good thing about being a coach first and now as a parent, it's easy for me to say things like, I love watching you play. Oh man, I enjoy being around you. And just embrace these last high school years, because I know you remember those last high school year of Jules, and just embrace them, enjoy them.
Can't get them back.
You can't get a senior prom back. You can't. There's a lot of things that you had as a kid, you want your kid to experience. And I know sometimes we want the best for our kids so bad that it ends up becoming what you want and not what the kid wants.
Yeah.
And you lose sight of that. And a lot of people, when you see them yelling at the games and stuff, they making it seem like the kid is a reflection of them. No, the kid is a reflection of themselves on the court. Mm-hmm. You just sit there and cheer them on and support them. Yeah, and as a coach, it was, for me, I'm so tough on all my kids, but it looks worse on him because he's the coach's son.
No doubt.
But no,
Hard job that you got, brother.
Yeah.
Hard
So I mean, like right now, you know, I reach out to Coach Peavy a lot, man. He's a great guy.
job. I do.
He gives me a lot of advice how he did with Michael and how he got through with it.
Yep.
But he let us come to his practices or took my team
Great
out
guy.
there. So I mean, so that helps me out a little bit. It helps MJ out a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, instead of taking so offense to things, when you know someone's genuinely there to ask for help or to help you, take it and reflect. But at the end of the day, like you said, everybody's adults and they're gonna make the decision they want to make. But I'm gonna do some research before I make my final decision.
I'll always say that. And even anything that I say that you should do, I always tell you to go look for yourself as well.
You did.
I'm gonna give you put you on the spot right here on this right now. You asked me at the beginning of the year who you should play for.
Yeah. I
gave you a team, sent you over there to them. I said, now that's not really the team I wanted you to go play for. This is another team that that just want you right now, and turned out they wanted you, but they didn't want you.
Yeah.
Like they said they wanted you, right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got another situation that situation that I wanted you to go to in the beginning. Remember?
Yep.
When I said that,
Yep.
I said, hey, I got him back on the table. You need to call him. I gave you the ins and outs about.
Yep.
Did I lie?
You did not. I mean, that, I'll tell you what, that he's played with. Me as a coach, I look at it and I'm like, everybody kid I coach them like their own, like you did, holding your kids accountable. And so when I look for a team for my son, I look for somebody that I can go and leave him with, and you're gonna take care of him. I can trust that you're gonna take care of my child like he's your own. And
right.
Here at the program we're at now, they said, I mean, there's none closer. You know, none closer to what they provide for them. I mean, I feel comfortable with them either going to Vegas or anywhere across the state, and I can sit here and watch it on Ballers TV or something, because that's the type of family atmosphere, the kind of boot camp that they do and development that they do with each and every of those kids. And so that was a great. I mean, I really appreciate you for giving me that advice, because I mean, as soon as we did it, I mean, MJ loved it. I mean, he's been able to play. He's playing up, so he's been able to play against on the stage with some good talent, like we just said, against Houston Hoops 17U, and almost beat them with that team. So right there. I mean,
just think about what the possibilities could have been had you guys would have won that game, with that team for your boy. You know what I'm trying to say? The it's unlimited. On the scenario that could have transpired afterwards on that, and it's still kind of in there right now, because they're like, damn, he's just a sophomore right now. Yeah. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Dude is playing right now, and again, he's playing up, and he's making a difference for a team that's it's not a shoe team, okay. It's a good team though that competes. You know what I'm saying? And they're not getting blown out by them shoe contract teams. They're giving those shoe contract teams hell to where those shoe contract teams are worried about actually winning or losing in that game to that team. And that's all you can ask for, because trust me, if you beat a team like that, you have more to gain. You know what I'm saying? Than their team winning against you. You follow what I'm trying to say? Those shoe contract teams that win against the non-shoe contract teams, and it be close, that's going to be a problem.
Yep.
Man, you barely beating them kind of teams. What you going to do on the circuit? So, I always said that would be great. And then you're playing with one of my favorites too in that class, also Nazir Muhammad.
Oh man,
and
I took him down to La Tech with. Yes, I mean, I like him. he ended up kind of like guest playing with JL3, and JL3 is a good program. But I told him, I say, man, we just did some good things. I say, y'all did some. I say, don't mess it up. I say, y'all did. But he came down to La Tech with us, and he enjoyed it, and he did. Now that kid deserves to be in the rankings. I don't understand how he's not, but he had 28 again.
Marketing.
Yeah,
marketing.
Yeah.
And
he had 28.
And I hate to throw this jab at Craig with ASAC. The bottom line is you have to market those kids heavily. But Craig says he can get anybody to do that, and I'm waiting to see this still. So that's I hate to throw that out there right now, but we're still waiting to see what kind of marketing strategy they're going to provide and so forth. But all right, I don't want to continue to throw them rocks at certain people, but man, I want to say I definitely appreciate you coming on. I don't want to hold you any longer. It's 10:31 Central Standard Time. I thought, like I said, I had some other topics that I want to cover, but man, we kind of covered a little bit of it. I didn't go into the media part as far as why they're so nice to all you parents, and I'll kind of say that, put that back in the bag, and bring that out another day. Like I said, I got topics, man. I got topics, and so we'll end up as we get to moving, because I'm probably going to go 2 days a week instead of just 1 day a week. So, and that'll be coming soon. I'm just trying to figure out this YouTube portion as far as having my green screen behind me. That it's white and black right now, but I got a green screen that I'm going to be connecting with some other equipment. And once I learn how to really do it, I'm be talking smack, and that game, them highlights going to be right behind me. Look at this kid do this. Look at, I'm going to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, I'm getting ready to turn the game up a little bit on my end. It's definitely going to be something. It's going to be a trendsetter move again. Of course, everybody else will be following me after that. I'm sure of that. They'll probably already trying to hurry up and beat me to, doing it now. Let me hurry up and try to figure it out and get it to it now. So I'll be the first to do it. But, it is what it is. I'm not in no rush, because this is what I'm going to be doing full time when I retire. And I'm getting ready. I'm going to be retiring soon. So I hope y'all are ready. Have your fun now while you think you're winning the race right now. So
you definitely keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah. So more to come. Like I said, I definitely want to thank you for taking this time again, Mike. Give my props to my man MJ. Definitely proud of what he's done and what he's accomplishing as he continues to excel up that ladder, man. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And he's one of those kids that truly understands that. You've done a great job of mentoring him and guiding him in the right directions. Man, my hat goes off to you as a dad and as a coach. I've always, watch what you guys have done and so forth, and really admire good people like yourself, reaching the success that you're attaining as you move forward through this crazy game called grassroots basketball. So, on a parting note, man, do you have any parting shots that you want to leave? Anybody we want to thank before I let you go?
Oh yeah, I just want to, give a shout out to prayer request for Coach Lowe and his family.
Yes,
pretty good guy, man. Got a chance to know him for a little bit. Passed away this year, and so that just want to give a prayer request out to them.
That's Lawrence Johns, y'all, with Dallas Seawolves. We know him as Coach Lowe. For those of y'all that don't know him, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. They just had his funeral June 5th in New Orleans, and had his wake reception here June 1st here in Allen, Texas. He loved his Allen Eagles football and basketball. And he loved his New Orleans Saints for sure. And he hated my Dallas Cowboys, but I wouldn't hold that against him. He was a great dude, man. And, never forgotten, but will always be missed.
Yeah, well, he was the only guy that wouldn't call MJ. he always called him Michael Thomas
Michael
Jr.
Thomas Jr.
He wants he wants to market him as Michael. I say no, people gonna think that's Michael Thomas from New Orleans Saints.
Little Saints, yeah. That's why he was doing it, because he's a huge Saint fan, bro. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool you. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. With your shout outs, go ahead.
No. Just shout out Calvert High School, man. You know, small town trying to do big things and do it the right way.
No
and
doubt.
you know, just cream rise to the top. So, you know, just shout all those people out. And,
Okay.
And you know, no, Paul, just keep doing what you're doing.
No, we're gonna do that. You've been knowing me for a long time, and
Yes, sir.
this thing don't change. It's straight and narrow, straight and centered to where we're trying to get. So, with guys like you in my corner, man, I can't go wrong. So, I'm definitely gonna keep this up, man, until the good Lord say, "Hey, man, it's time for me to bring you on up here." You know, when that's going to happen, I don't know. He might not want to put up with me. Probably think I'm going to be arguing with him all the time, trying to tell him what to do. Right? Imagine that. I know some of the people out there, you're probably trying to boss God around up there, man, with your crazy. You know? No. Paul knows his place. Trust me when I tell you that. Paul knows his place. So let's make sure we get that understood. All right.
I appreciate you.
Definitely, again, man. Thank you for coming on, Mike. I hope, like I said, man, much success to you and your family. I appreciate you spending this time together, man. Have a good evening. All right.
All right.
Take
You
care.
do the same. Appreciate you, Paul.
All right. Take care now. All right. There he is, y'all. My dude, Mike Thomas, man, Calvert High School's finest. Coaching there for a few years. He was outside Louisville High School. I understand that Louisville, was rumored to try to bring him back, man, bring him up there. So I don't know where they're at on that or not. I don't mean to be starting nothing either, but he didn't say anything to me about it. So we'll just leave it at that. Sorry, I didn't go over a lot of the topics tonight. I didn't really know if we would be this long, with Mike, man. Mike had some great information for us, man, as a dad and as a coach. We're trying to provide you with a lot of those kind of scenarios. Also, like I said, you're going to try to bring some mothers on, as we have done already before. Teresa Nunn is scheduled to come up soon. I don't know if it's this week or next week. I know one of the AAU coaches that I'm talking about having on next week is going to be Damian Robinson, that coaches Texas Swiss. He also was coaching the SoFly All-Stars a couple of years ago, featuring that kid named Tink. Godly, what's Tink's last name? He's at the man. I just got a brain freeze on Tink's last name, but Hillcrest is fine as he's at the University of Pacific at this time. He also got Freshman of the Year. We'll have him on. We'll talk a little bit about that next week. How hard it is for these kind of small programs, AAU programs, to get offers for their kids. And they have, Damon D-Rob always has a stud or two in his program that a lot of, D1, D2 schools need to pay attention to. So we'll have him on next week to talk about his program, what he has this year, and then go from there. I do appreciate you guys spending these 2.5 hours with me tonight. It's much appreciative. I do need for you to tell your friends and family to go subscribe, hit that red button on the Real Talk Nation for YouTube. Let's build these listeners, these subscriptions up, so I can start trying to do stuff like scholarships and so forth. Little money. I mean, I got into an argument last week with Jermaine O'Neal a couple of weeks ago. I know you guys on Twitter remember that. And I got to thinking about, if I had the money that he had, what I would do with it. And I know he made a statement about, I would be broke if I try to help out as many people like I say I'm trying to help out. That's where I'm different from guys that have money, I guess. That's why I don't have money, right? Because I'm trying to do something useful, something meaningful with my life. My life is more, I tell you, my life is more worth more than any amount of money. And I live my life like that. I wanted to read something to you guys right quick. Let me just pull that out when I did tweet this earlier today. But I wanted to put this back out here to you, and so you kind of understand exactly what kind of person that you are really dealing with in the Real Talk Nation. Seriously, it cannot be duplicated. I promise you that. Uh, a great person once said there can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. I said that like 3 weeks ago to Jermaine O'Neal and had no idea that this guy right here, where's my camera? This guy right here, Nelson Mandela had said that. I had no idea. And I almost said it verbatim. And then someone sent this to me the earlier today, actually, and thought that was, he said, I want to put your face alongside that with Nelson Mandela. I do appreciate, the person for thinking so kind of me on that. I don't do this, for kudos like that or anything. I'm serious when I say I do this for the kids, and I'm hoping one day I'm able to provide more than just this platform, more than just showing off these kids' talents, more than just getting them to school. I want to be able to provide real help for a lot of these people and a lot of other people. So YouTube is providing a performance platform for me to start working to. So I want to encourage you, a lot of you, to have friends out there, that you have friends, relatives, to, even if they don't look at YouTube, go make them pull up a YouTube on their phone right there, make their own subscription up, right, and then go to my page and then hit send and as far as subscribe and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So everything else will take care of itself. I have 200 and something listeners or subscriptions right now. And I did it 1 week. I did it real hard, calling a few of my friends on Facebook. I haven't gone to my Twitter yet. I have over 9,000 Twitter's, almost 10,000 Twitter followers, and if you are one of those followers, you will be getting a direct message from me saying, "Hey, I need for you to go subscribe on here to help me build my subscription list up from there." So again, it's not just to put money in my pockets; it's to try so I can help provide another way of helping, tournaments, getting people in camps, and so forth. Another avenue for providing ways like that to help other people. So that is the goal. I have a job. I have a family that my job takes care of. My wife, we take care of each other. So there it is. I do appreciate y'all's time. I hope that you continue having a great day. I'm sorry to sound like we was in the church and trying to get offerings and so forth. But it's important that you guys know what we're really trying to do also behind that. So thank you again for listening. I hope you continue having a great evening. And I'm Paul Miranda with the Real Talk Nation. We out.